there's the pride, no opinion, them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guided light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea warm and sweet with intention, got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Y'all like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep the word. If rumors are swirling, I say, okay, let's see. And present all the facts so y'all can feel free. For my members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resonates together in harmony. Year after year, our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome. All be hip-hop. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file, spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, ooh, y'all like it's hot, I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You got my story, okay, I'll prove it real quick, dropping all the receipts, nothing up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle we keep it real, no room for any doubt. For my members only, I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here, it's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes for my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, fucking fast to come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome.
Hey guys, welcome to the castle. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. You say, yes, it's bad. I thought it was me. I see y'all in the chat saying y'all hear static. Maybe it's just the intro song. Maybe I have to fix it. But hey, y'all. Hey. Tonight is the night. We gonna see who really support the castle. Okay. No drama. No drama title, no nothing. Back to the content, right? Let's see. You say yes a little. Y'all still hearing me static? Hey, Carissa. Y'all still hear me static right now, even after you said, wait a minute. Is the sound breaking up? I don't know. I see everybody in the chat talking about I'm static. Lord, I don't need these issues. Hey, Warrior. Hey, Golden. Diddy Love. Hey, Plat. Now I have to go back to the bottom. And can y'all see me? Let's see. Breaking up a little. Y'all, I don't know what's going on, child. Like, golly, we just started the freaking live. I don't know what to say. Hold on. Ay. That drama is smart, y'all. Is my audio better? You said better now. Okay, so you sound better now. Hey, MGO. Hey to everybody. Hey, Rack. Hey, everybody. Okay. It doesn't sound bad when you talk, just when the music plays. Oh, well, maybe it's just the intro. Maybe I have to fix it. Thanks, guys. Maybe I have to re-download it or something. But I'm gonna ask y'all for a favor. Be sure to hit the like button for us. Help us to push the live out. And let's get the real people up in here, okay? I'm about to show y'all something. Not to start out with drama, but I would hope that I see everybody that always hollering and screaming that they want me to go back to real content. Where they at now? You see what I'm talking about? But when I come live with drama, they be here. Then they want me to do content. So I can't win. But anyway, we're here. Hey, Queen Sugar. Where all the positive people at? It doesn't sound bad when you talk. Okay, so we're just going to move on. So anyway, we're going to talk about Tone and ILiana. All right? They had, oh my gosh, she said still, I was like, I don't know what to say anymore. It's not the song. It's still a little static. I don't know, honey. It's StreamYard. That's why I'm at a point that I'm not pay. I do hear the popping noise on the replays. I do. And that's why I'm at a point like I don't know why I'm paying $45 a month for something that be acting up. But anyway, I'm gonna just have to try my best. All right. All right. So I know there was two videos. I mean, actually three videos. So first thing first, I want to say ILiana did get Baby Divine back. Okay. If you did not see that yesterday, definitely. So I don't know. How do you feel about that? Me personally, I love when kids are with their mom. Okay, I'm gonna just say that I love when kids are with their parents, real parents, biological parents. But the state that they're in, do I think that is the best decision right now? I honestly don't, and that's hard to sit there and say. Um, yeah. So basically, I don't know what you mean play golden, but I'm not gonna ignore y'all. I'm just gonna try to stay on topic, okay? I'm not ignoring y'all in the chat for right now, but I don't know how to feel about her getting Baby Divine back, honestly. And why I say that is because when we get to part 3 of the videos, you guys are actually gonna see that stuff got real crazy, okay? In the third video. So you said ILiana need to take her child and get her own assistance. I agree. I agree. You said ATL didn't ask ILiana. Wait, you say ATL didn't ask how she lost the weight. I'm nosy. Oh, I don't know how she lost the weight actually. Yeah, I don't know. I just know she do look good, you know? I'm not gonna judge her like without. Yeah, she looked good. Like she lost some weight. I know people have been concerned about how she lost the weight and whatever. I honestly don't know. Maybe I would say being stressed out. Hell, who wouldn't be stressed if you miss your baby? You know, maybe that's how she lost the weight. But I'm gonna say you don't have to agree with me. I do love when kids are with their biological mother, but at the end of the day, I don't think she's in a position to be well for the baby. You don't have to agree with me, okay? Now, am I saying I want her to lose her baby again? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the outbursts and the arguing and the this and the that, that's not healthy for a baby, all right? So I also know that in part 1, they went out for lunch. So let me tell you how, because you know people out here love to spin narratives, okay? Actually, yesterday, when Marcus was live, all right? When Marcus was live, hey to everybody coming in. When Marcus was live, before anybody sit there and say he's the one harassing these people or whatnot for interviews, no. Actually, let me change the background. Actually, guys, they're the one that was in the live chat because Marcus was live. I don't remember right now where he was going or what he was doing, but I know I was in that chat yesterday. And they actually dropped down in the chat. You know, the channel with both of them name or whatnot, they dropped down in the chat. And when they did, Marcus wasn't even seeing them because he was driving. So I'm the one sat there and like put the red stop sign, then write the comment like they're actually in the chat, you know? So he was like, oh, really? So then that's when they was like, oh, come down such and such on whatever street, and told him, come down there, we're going to be there. So at that time, we had no idea that, well, I had no idea. Let me speak for myself. I had no idea that they had got the baby back. Okay. So that was a surprise. So anyway, I was on the live. I had to leave. I had to go do something. So I ended up missing the part of when they came on the live. Okay. But anywho, I did go back and finish watching it. And yes, I'm excited that she got the baby back. But then I'm like, damn, is the baby going to be safe? I think I'm just worried about his safety. And I'm telling you, when you know how they say babies know good people and whatever, you don't have to agree with what I'm about to say. But when first things first, when Marcus saw them, baby Divine was in the stroller, right? And Tone actually took the baby out the stroller, put him to stand up, and then ILiana picked him up, right? Then I know Marcus went up to ILiana and was like, come here, you know, baby, just talking. Call me crazy. It seemed like Baby Divine actually either remembered his voice or his face or whatever. Guys, for real. What's the thing a typical baby would do if they're already fussy and their mom just picked them up and you walk up to them to like try to get them from their mom or whatever? 9 out of 10, what they're gonna do? They're gonna pull back, you know, lay on their mom's shoulder, put their arm around their mama neck, grab onto her shirt, something like that, right? And he went to Marcus freely. And you know what they always say about when babies like just go to other people freely is because they have good energy. Okay? You don't have to agree with me, but I've always heard that babies, they remember voices, you know, the face probably, even though he's still so young, but yeah. Yeah. And they could definitely feel that energy and be like, this person, you know, whatever. But cry and turn away. Say hey to everybody. And I'm gonna see what y'all saying before I move on. But I think y'all pretty much saying hi to each other. Hi Timothy. How you doing? I can guarantee it's stress. You need to lose 20 pounds. Hey Clarissa. You said MGO, I'm trying to know for myself. All right, you said I believe it is the stress and the lack of food. I believe they're selling those stamps. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You said, I think, Image said, I think that's why Tone keep doing those short videos to get people's attention. Yeah, and I don't think I'm even subscribed to over there either. Honestly, you said, VQ, I share, and I do what children should. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm on the fence. I'm like, damn, I don't want her to not have her baby anymore. But come on, that baby ain't safe. If y'all watch those videos, and I'm quite sure everybody is up in here. Everybody know Marcus channel or whatnot. But what we're gonna start doing, like sometime, not every 5 minutes, but it might be that one person that's clicking on the live that be like, what in the hell are they talking about? What sector is this? What you know, what niche or whatever. It gonna be that one person that don't know the channel or who we're talking about. So not every 5 minutes, but at least like once or twice throughout the live, at least drop it either in the beginning or somewhere where at least if people want to go see the actual video, they can, you know? So you said that baby don't remember them people. You think so? No, it's how he went to Marcus. I don't know if y'all, you know, when you watch something, you don't see it the first time. But it's the way how he interacted with Marcus. I'm like, oh, and then look, he had split the camera around. Hey, Darlene, he remembers Uncle Marcus. See? Yes, it was the way, just the way the baby acted. I know, like, you probably like, girl, you crazy. Kids are remembering more and more and more of being younger, okay? I remember when I'm 5. My baby girl literally was just talking about some shit and she was 3 back then. And I'm looking like, how are you talking about you remember playing in the snow and this and that? Like, you really did? And she was like, yeah. So I'm looking like, well, their brains probably better than our brains back in the day. But yes, they're literally telling me stuff that they remember when they was younger than 5. So I don't know, girl. Maybe. You said I was gonna say he remembered that voice more than anything. Yeah, something. Definitely. But thank you for being here, Darlene. You said you're doing great. That's what's up, King Timothy. And I don't know if you're an early bird, if you want to just stick around to the end a little bit. I could tell you how I missed the last time you was on the panel, Timothy, I messed up. Okay. I missed everything you said in real time. Don't ask me out. But we're gonna stay on topic right now, okay? So you said thank you for visiting my channel. You're welcome. You said Tone don't want Ileana to tell the truth because he still think he could run game on people. Yes, he's so damn aggressive. But I could see too where they's like, okay, we're gonna do this interview. We're gonna give him as much, to make the money worthwhile or whatever, right? Or the video good enough to post. But try to keep back some stuff for ourselves. I can understand that because I would be offended if you just go on and it's gonna be on social media. You just telling everything. They got to keep a little bit of something back for themselves. Let's be fair, right? So you said, please share this live, tap the heart. Thank you. Thank you, Gordon. So Rack said he trying to leave the door open and manipulate folks. Oh, you say you still have memories of when I was 3. See? See? Look at this. You talk about I remember when I was 2. I was talking, I recall being a babysitter and sitting on the little. What? What? MGO, is that really you backstage? If it is, your camera is on. It's dark though. I mean, I can't see you or anything. Hold on. Hold on, guys. And y'all know we haven't done a real reaction in a while. So just be patient with me. Your girl kind of rusty. Okay. Let's see. Hey, is that you?
It is. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How are
Okay,
you?
good. I'm fine. I actually just wanted to kind of, if it's okay, join in a little with the dialogue of the as we're reacting.
Okay. That's cool.
Sure. And hi, everyone. I was going to say that I think that memory varies, from person to person and different circumstances. Um, there's some research about, like I think someone mentioned in the chat, voices or sounds, and smells. But I think that um, I've noticed that as we've watched Marcus through the years, that children do seem drawn to him. Like they seem to, various interviewees, children, really kind of like him. They smile at him. They'll hang out with him. So it could be, just kind of like, oh, okay, the child felt comfortable. But I wanted to bring up something else that's a little less positive, that isn't any kind of commentary on Marcus, but it is about baby Divine. This poor child has lived with so many different people in his young life that why wouldn't he go to Marcus? You know what I mean? He was born, he was with Ileana and Tone for a few months. Then he went to South Carolina and was with Tone's family there, with so sometimes with Tone's mother, sometimes with Tone's sister, who was thinking about adopting him. Then he came back to them, and they had all these people living with them. So they had that one couple, I think the mixed boy and the white girl. Then they had SJ. Then they had someone else living there. And then he went to foster care, and so we know that he was in a long-term placement with the lesbian white couple, but we don't know if he was in a short-term placement before that, like an emergency placement with someone else, or in a facility or whatever. And then they had visitations back and forth. And then at least once we know that Tone's family came up and saw him, or might have had some type of supervised visitation. And now he's back home. So, and he was in daycare, like they mentioned. And so a lot of children this is Georgia. So most likely the foster care family had the CAPS program. I think that's what it's called. I may be wrong. I'm not sure what it's called in Georgia. But that subsidized childcare. So where it's kind of like, you can select a place, and the county, I think, or the state pays for it. So then he also was around more children, other, workers and caregivers. So, and thank you, Golden. There could have been other people in the home, other relatives, people living there, other foster children. So, and that's not altogether a bad thing. He definitely seemed happy. He was always a really smiley, happy baby. He seems happy. He seems alert. But it's just really sad because they're still screaming and fighting, like they were before he was taken.
Yeah, those are valid points. Yep, but it was just some energy I got from the two of them with the reunion when they became reunion.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I've always felt like there's
I
a
could
kinship.
see.
Yeah, I've always felt like, even before he was taken, that Baby Divine always really took to Marcus.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought that I've always said to myself, even if I didn't say it on here, ILiana really messed up. All that stuff that happened, she really messed up, because I saw where Marcus was actually, I think he said it on live, that he would even be the baby's godfather. Remember that?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
and then
did
was
say
saying
that.
that, they could take the weekend off and he'll keep the baby.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. And listen, Baby Divine is so chill. He literally could be out there in his stroller, strapped in, eating a lollipop or something, and Marcus doing a whole interview. And they're out enjoying their little quality time on the weekend. You get it? Not every
Yeah,
weekend, but you get what I'm saying.
I'm very
One
concerned
night
about
out the
Baby
month. You get
Divine.
it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish
and
they
then
had
his
thought about that.
daughters, I could just see where his daughters love on the baby, because teenagers love babies.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I
So,
think about this. So Baby Divine has a grandmother who has, I think, paranoid schizophrenia. I'm trying to remember what her diagnoses are. Substance use issues. Who comes from Russia? Where there are, there's, an epidemic of, alcohol use during pregnancy. A lot of, psychological issues that tend to be, that you tend to find in children. Ileana has her own. I don't know much about Ileana's father's side. Um, Whomever the father of Baby Divine is most likely someone who is or was addicted to drugs. Has mental health issues. We know that. I think Eye Patch is in and out of jail or prison. Has violence issues, etc. And then this baby, since he's very little, from when they were pregnant, and when he has been seeing his parents fighting, screaming, hollering, all this type of stuff. So we don't know what he's predisposed to. Like, he seems like he has a very happy disposition, but we don't know what, there's certain things that kind of, rear their head, later in life. And then, like, so there's the nature part, but then there's also the nurture. Seeing them screaming, yelling, fighting, it's sad. And I think about what you said earlier. And I'll mute after this, 'cause I feel like I'm just talking, but this is just an interesting topic. But
no, it's fine. It's
thank
fine. And I'm thank you for actually
sure.
demonstrating tonight something I actually wanted them to know. I dropped the link early for a reason. I'm not like everybody else that say, I want to get all the way to the end of the live and then drop the link. No, if you have something right where we are in time to say on that issue, come up now. Don't wait till we get 30 minutes. Then we have to remember what we were saying 20 minutes ago. You get it? So yeah,
Yeah.
as long as you're gonna come up and you're gonna stay on topic, what the topic is, I'm fine. Come up here as soon as your thought go off, your idea or whatever. So
Yes.
yeah, go ahead, MGO.
Sure. So something you also said, and I see some of the comments in the chat, including Mel, about, the grandson. And so I think about, like, so when I mentioned I had a lot of ambivalence, it's like I feel like family, we all have people that we love, that or that we've chosen as family, that is like someone like a sister to us, or a brother or son, but ideally, those family ties, those bonds are important. And so a child, like you mentioned, in an ideal world, should be with his biological parents, or if not, with their family of origin, or in their community of origin. But sometimes that's not the case. And so it's like, for someone like ILiana, who her brothers were adopted, she was in foster care, was not able to be adopted, had all these issues, burned down the home, didn't really, it's kind of clinging to Tone and his family, even if they're not that fond of her, because she wants a family whose mother had a lot of issues. It's like, so for her to try to break the cycle and keep her child, as opposed to adopting him out or losing him in the system, like you said, I applaud that. But then also, like you were saying, all this turmoil, them being in the place where they lived before, where there were all these maintenance issues and didn't have a refrigerator, and substance users coming in and out of their apartments, and them fighting, and him, Tone almost being unalived in front of him, and all this yelling and screaming and cursing each other
Yes.
out, and selling food stamps and letting different people live with them. It's like, he's young, but these things affect you. And like, so I feel really torn, because I'm an adoptive parent. My four oldest kids are adopted, my two youngest are biological. And so I see that it doesn't matter how much you love your child, there's always going to be something missing when they don't have their biological family in their lives. And if you're fortunate to be able to have some type of connection, it helps. But sometimes you can't, for whatever reason. And there's always a hole, there's always a gap. And so it's like, even if you give them a safer, better life, so it's like you're always going to have loss. If they're with their family and their family's unstable, then they know who they are, they have their family, but now they're exposed to all this negativity. If they're with adopted family or someone else, then they might have a new chance at life and have people who love them, but they're going to always yearn for that other part of themselves. So
Right.
it's scary. It's like, it's so hard to know what will be what. But there's a lot going on here with this situation that really worries me.
Yeah. And you notice that they have that girl with them already as soon as you get the baby back. So, it's just
Mhm.
always some random person. And that's what's concerning.
And these random
Hmm.
people could touch on, or harm a child. They're I know a lot of the discussion was about, is Tone going to try to cheat with this woman, but is this woman the type that wants to touch on a little baby? You know what I mean? Or beat him, or shake him, or fall asleep when she's supposed to be babysitting him. If Tone and ILiana go to marriage counseling, and he wanders out the door and gets hit by a car. I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about this person, but it's not, at the end of the day, she has, like Image said, she has her own place there, or whatever. And I guess, I don't know, the story didn't seem very clear. But and the copper mentioning always wanting to bring someone in, always wanting somebody to be her sister, looking for family,
Yeah.
naive and
Hmm.
trusting. Like when she met Tone, you're riding on a bus with him. You know what I mean? I guess it's some dude you hooked up with once or twice, and you think back in the day before you were pregnant. Now you see him, he sees you looking lonely and says, come to my apartment where I have no electricity, and you just go. you know
Yeah. So you have him doing strange stuff with his identity and all of this stuff, right? He's like
hmm
a little confused. And then you have this random lady. That's way too much going on around the baby. And then the look that Ileana have on her face, the weight loss looks nice, but the look in her eyes and her facial expressions are concerning to me also. She looked
hmm
like she is even more eager, I mean, faster to get upset now than before going to jail. You notice how angry she looked?
Oh, remember before, she would be throwing plates and stuff, but she it is more noticeable. I think she could hide it more, and I think her poker face is not really there. But there's something that Rock just put in the chat about. So they said, oh, I didn't realize, they said the girl was not good with the baby. So that concerns me. Like, I wouldn't want somebody who's not good with my baby around my baby. like I think about my kids, with me being autistic and my two youngest are also, there were certain people, bless their souls, their family, I love them, but I'm not leaving my child with you because you don't understand that they need their stuff a certain way, like stuff lined up a certain way, or they need to be able to hold certain things or touch certain things or not have certain noises. So, you might, or they might cry because I'm not there and you might get tired of the crying. So you might want to hit them or something. So I was just like, nope, I'll just keep my kid with me. I don't want to put people that I care about in a situation where they might crack, you know what I mean, or something, or where he'd be on, so, and those are people that I know love the person, much less just this girl that might have grown up and, spent a few years in foster care with ILiana, but she doesn't know that kid. She doesn't have any bond or connection with that kid, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, she get way, upset really, really fast and bad too. I'm like, wow. She definitely need to go to anger management.
Mm-hmm.
It actually works. It works. Ask me, I know.
Image,
Yeah.
I think the problem with why she hasn't gotten a house hookup in Georgia is because she didn't put herself on the housing list. Like Tone already was involved in whatever program. I don't think it's Section 8, but some type of program where they keep housing him for, I guess like subsidized housing. And a lot of these lists are very long, like years long. And so because they have certain things that she has, it seems like they're trying to basically be married on some documents and not be married on some documents so they can get more of what they want. Because there's one family that I've been helping. I started, and I'm not going to say the lady's name, but she's in Georgia still, kind of around the same time that that my organization started helping Vaughn, and she was in a shelter, a family shelter, and then we helped her in a hotel for a few months, and she got into a program, and she not December, I think January or February, got an apartment. So but because she had spent some time in the shelter and then in a transitional program out of the shelter. And so I think that's something that Iliana would have to do to expedite things. And I don't think that's something she's wanting to do with the baby.
Hey y'all, hey to everybody that came up in here. If I did not say hi, all we ask for, if you're new to the chat, the live chat, say everything that's on your mind, but try to be as respectful as possible. Okay? We
They have
don't
a lot of things
slander
that they
people
don't
over here in
want
the
to do.
castle, or yeah, I'm just telling because I see some new faces, and that's nice that we see new people. I'm just saying, say how you feel, but try to be as respectful as possible. And even if you have a difference of opinion with somebody in the chat, that's why we're here to talk about it. Okay? You said those sides are massing a lot.
Iliana is still young. She's only 20, so it still might not be too late, though I'm not sure now because she aged out of foster care um in Georgia. There's programs that she could be in, and she's still old and still young enough to go to Covenant House, which has a transitional housing program for young mothers. She could do these things. She has to want to do them. um but she still has some options, but that she could leave, you know some options that are different, like a little bit more unique than just another woman in her situation that's older, who would have to just kind of go to any open 18 and up shelter that takes women. So if she wants to do something like that, she could.
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you continue talking, so I'll mute.
Now I'm gonna go to the chat because I know we done missed a lot what they had to say. I don't like nobody to feel ignored. Let's see. It's gonna be hard. Y'all been chatting it up. I guess let's just start from anywhere. Tone don't want Ileana to tell the truth because he still think he can run game. Oh, I scrolled back way too far. Hold on. I read that already. Yep, definitely. Copper was saying she remember when she was 3. So you say line when you know Marcus had receipts tells me all I know. How much you need? Yeah, exactly. He know Marcus know he's still trying to lie. That's crazy, ain't it? He probably can't help himself. He said, right. However, they had a discussion prior to the interview and agreed on what he could ask them. Yeah, that's true. He tried to renege. All right. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just trying to get caught back up in the comments, y'all. He said, they said they've been to marriage counseling, and I don't believe that one bit. MG, I'm trying to find a spot in the chat where it's good enough to start in the comments. I think I scrolled way too far. Let's see. Oh, I think everybody just saying, hey, hey. Mel says she's coming up on the topic. Okay, Mel. Whenever you're ready. Mel said, I'm glad she got the baby back. Yep. Yep. Even though I feel some type of way. I mean, overall, yes. You said, is the random person, Image said, is the random person to help them with rent? I don't know. Did she say that? If she did, I missed it. Like, is the girl just at the house to help her with rent? I don't think I remember hearing that. I don't know. Or did she? Image, did you leave a comment about that earlier? Because why it seemed like I heard that before. Do you remember them saying that the girl is staying with them just to help them with bills? I don't know, Image. I don't know why I'm not hearing MGO either. If she's talking, I
I
can't
don't
hear
think,
her.
I think that Image was wondering if that is something the case, because there's certain things they won't disclose that Marcus just has to kind of figure out. So we have to,
No,
read between the lines.
yeah, but I don't know why I thought maybe it was somebody else left a comment about that earlier. It seemed like I heard it before or something. That's what I was asking. You said ILiana is smarter than him, Mel? I just honestly feel like when she got out of jail, she should have took the resources, the shelter, whatever, then get into the housing and all of that. That would have been the best route.
I
But
think
of
she's pretty
course,
codependent. I feel like there's a lot of things going on. She feels gratitude for him taking her in. And like Copper mentioned in the chat, he lords that housing voucher over her head. Like, I gave you a place. I accepted you, even though you slept with everybody and their mama and you were on drugs. But technically, he slept with everybody and their mama and he was on drugs too. You know what I mean? Like, we know that whether he was tone media or whatever, they, Warrior, I caught that too. When they said wanting DNA on the unborn child, I was thinking, do you mean the previous unborn child that passed, or do you mean you're currently pregnant? Because of the fact that she didn't say it like past tense, and she's lost so much weight. And some people um, who have severe morning sickness and whatnot lose a lot of weight early in their pregnancy. You know what I mean? So Golden said he slept with everybody's mama and daddy. But I'm sorry, but yes, I am Tequila mentioned she has abandonment issues. So that's why she burned down her old home, because that person that was about to adopt her, but her feeling bullied at school and like people didn't want her. If she self-sabotaged, even though I know she was a child, but it was still a sign of poor judgment and rage. And, she burned down the home, and that put her back in the system. She never got a place. She slept around and all this kind of stuff, did drugs. She was very young, trying to be with different people. Tone took her in. She felt like she was going to be this Muslim wife, live at home. He was going to take care of her. He was going to love her. His family was going to embrace her, take her in. So she was going to finally have a family. That didn't happen. But then she stabbed him, and he lied for her, allegedly, and so then she felt, so then it went from when she was maybe starting to pull away to, well, I need to be with him because he forgave me when I almost took his life. You know what I mean? And he is going to help me get my baby back and whatever, whatever, whatever. But I think, like people are saying, that we're seeing cracks in the veneer. I saw some comments, from people, I think it's Copper Rock and somebody else, that she's starting to get frustrated because she wants to pay bills. She wants to be stable. And so, whereas before she was making excuses not to work, oh, I have so much anxiety, I need Tone here with me, I need him to come home from work and be here with me. I think she's realizing, I know she was only in jail like a month, but I think that it I think it really was a period for her to really kind of hopefully think or see or learn some different things. Um,
I know. Were you finished with your
yeah,
thought?
I was just sighing because I was reading some of the comments, and it just kind of made me sad for her. Like, she really wants a family, but you can't just
Yeah.
make a family. Like that baby that they lost, I don't wish a miscarriage on anybody. I've had one, it's devastating, but they were in no position to have another child. But she desperately wanted to give him a child that was quote unquote his. Like they're you cannot stitch together and make a family.
Hmm. That is very sad, actually. And I just feel like it don't matter what he do to her. She's like, so she thinks she's numb because that's why she blow up like that and get so angry like that. Because she's holding in a lot. Like even in part two, why I say that, he literally just admitted all of that. And then you're still sitting there saying to Marcus that, about sleeping with men and stuff. Like, oh, I don't judge anybody or whatever. So it seems to me it don't matter what Tone do. She's just gonna stay with him.
Yeah, and there's some comments here about um the fact that she they made her probably submit to drug testing, go to maybe therapy, do these different things, like so she actually did what you need to do to get the child back. Like a lot of people, when their child is taken, CPS makes a plan, they don't follow through, or they might do a few of the things, but she did what she needed to do to get her child back. And so that does give you some skills, you know what I mean, to it's supposed to give you like some coping skills, some awareness of the resources that are available for you, and how you're supposed to parent. It's interesting because like I'm wondering here, like what Warrior said about the I'm still wondering, is she pregnant, is she not, how would we know? Because we didn't know anything about the other pregnancy until after she lost the baby, you know.
Right. Yep.
Hmm.
And then when she talking about the mom wanting her to get a DNA testing, then she said a name, but I couldn't catch it. Then I rewinded, and I
Yeah,
still couldn't
she
catch it what
mentioned the
she
name of
said.
a baby. Yes, so it makes me think that other baby, had you named it already, or is this a new baby? You know what I mean, that you've already named. And Rock, the housing, I don't know what, I'm assuming they're in oh, not I forgot the name of that county, DeKalb County. That waiting list is like, I think the Section 8 waiting list is like 2 years long, but there might be some other waiting lists maybe through some like programs, and maybe hopefully she can get on one of those.
Yeah, but he's definitely doing way too much when it comes to, oh, you could get out my house. You could this, you could. I'm like, oh no. Who do you think he's talking to?
Mhm. And Timothy is bringing up the codependent aspect about the difficulty walking away, because like what I can see is that she wants her child to have a father. Her mother didn't allow her to have her father to be around, and the stepfather had a the whole reason ILiana was sent away is the stepfather was physically abusing her when she was trying to be close to her younger brother. And she seems, like she didn't know who the father was. She was really so anxious about it at first. That's why she was trying to pin it on someone. Um, and, initially, because I feel like that's something that she, especially, and it might be because he's a little boy, the male role model element. Um, I feel like, I don't know, I see images coming about the codependence, and,
Hmm.
Rock said, "Tell him got to go and take those eight MFers with him." One of the personalities wanted to kill her. Yes, and somebody said, I might have been Kenyatta. Somebody mentioned something on the chat that Ileana screamed during their argument. Well, one of your personalities tried to kill me too. So
Yeah.
yeah. So there's violence in the home. Whoa, Platinum, you're right. I missed that. When they were first together, he strangled her. And so I wonder if that's when, it still doesn't excuse it, but I remember she was physically unfaithful because like he was gone one night, probably on a drug binge, who knows. And then so she messed with the neighbor, and I don't know why he did it, but either way, he had no right to put his hands on her. And you're right, if he's done it one time, he'll do it more times. Maybe not
Yeah.
strangling, but it could be a push, a punch, a shove, a pinch. um and you're right, has done more than that. It's just a bad situation. She just really needs to leave. And I understand that she's upset about her mother, who, telling her he doesn't want you, he wants to leave, he would this, any other. Her delivery is not great, but overall, you have to get yourself together for your child. And he's not leading. You know what I mean? And he's using the excuse of his disability because he had ADHD. So even if his arm doesn't qualify him, this will. But disability takes a long time. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people get attorneys, and that's why a lot of people end up getting, like, tens of thousands of dollars of back pay, usually because it's a lengthy process. Right now, with the new administration that we have in 2025, they've laid off a whole lot of Social Security Administration workers. So it used to take a long time before. It's going to take even longer now. Whatever he's waiting on is ridiculous. One of y'all needs to go work. You know what I mean? Like, um, goodness.
I thought about that too, Image. I did. Do she still have to go to court? But the way she was talking when she was talking to Marcus was like it got thrown out or something. Like basically, they wasn't so harsh. And he was like, you're lucky. Well, I don't remember which episode that was in. I think that was two. Well, wait. Yeah, part one. They was on the live at first. I think it was part one when he was doing the sit down with her.
Mm. I think what helped is that Tone lied for her, basically, about what happened. Like, his story kept changing. And that could be guilt, kind of like, Golden, and several people have been pointing out the abusive element, um, and how it makes, so she looks like she's just the volatile one because we see her reacting, but we don't see what he's done behind the scenes. He looks like, oh, he smiles, he quiet, doesn't want to do this or that, but he's used to getting his way. You know what I mean? He thought he was, he's 10 years, I'm sorry, 8 years older than her. He thought that he was going to get her. And then, he used Islam in a manipulative way. And it doesn't look like either one of them are, actively practicing it right now, from the way that they're living as well as the attire, um, and just other things. And so it just looks like he got himself a young girl, um, that and didn't disclose a lot of stuff about himself. And she shared how messed up she was. I mean, she may not have had the idea, but this is just toxic, and um, no, it's not like I'm trying to cast judgment on them as a couple, but there's a child involved here. But even if there wasn't, it's just unhealthy.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to send that message like, oh, we're just here to bash them or anything. We're just talking about, what we saw, and no, that's not the
Mhm.
intention of this live, definitely. But
Yeah, my concern is, like, if you'll
closerings,
fight like that in public, and then what happens behind closed doors?
yeah, closerings in the chat say she got a man with multiple personalities around a baby that's not even 2 year old. Tell me, how is she smart? I
Good
think
point.
somebody in the chat said earlier that she's smarter than Tone. That is a great question, closerings. Yeah, it's a great point. You said I
I
still
wish she
can't get
had
no.
someone to mentor her, like an older woman, you know what I mean, that doesn't even have to be that much older, because I know she kind of bristled a little about Marcus saying that he's older than her, but I think he's just talking about more life experience. Older, she's just 20. So I mean, heck, somebody 28, 30, is older than her and could be like, hey, girl, I went through this program and I got a Pell Grant and I got some help for, to get an apartment on campus and childcare for my kid. And I went to school, and now I'm doing this with my life and I'm getting a home or whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be someone who is, a great grandparent's age, like, although there's a lot of wisdom that you can get from, that from people that age too, but she doesn't have any guidance really. She got thrown out of the system. She's not in extended foster care. She's very naive. Um, and oh my, I don't know. I just it makes me very sad, because, like, I think that that's how, one of my kids could have ended up like that if they stayed in the system, like, just lost, you know.
Yeah, Definitely, yeah. We're having a mature and intelligent conversation. Yeah, and they didn't agree, but you see how they did it respectfully, and I appreciate that.
Hmm.
Yeah. You see, I've always thought he provoked her to slice him up. Listen, they are toxic, and if they don't be careful, one of them, I hope it don't happen though. Y'all know what I was about to say, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's all hope that whatever happened the other day with them, I can't even say just she learned, but both of them learned that that's not okay. And so far, they're not appearing on camera like they actually learned, but I don't know.
She does seem to really be into her baby. You know what I mean? Like, in the beginning, she seemed kind of more detached. When and I think I hate to say it, but there's a saying about absence makes the heart grow fonder. I think she might have kind of took it for granted and went losing him, and then the possibility of not getting him back. I think that really kind of awakened the maternal instinct in her because, as she mentioned, they're young, and I mean, this is the young age where it's very easy for someone to just, what I mean? He's very adoptable while he's still really little. People want the children as young as possible. And so she is going to, um, the fact that she's like, I want to pay bills, you know what I mean? I don't want to, we can get weed some other time, you know what I mean? Is, her thinking, no, let's handle our business. We did this interview. We're putting all our business out there. Let's do it for something, tangible, something that's beneficial, not just random nonsense. Even if she was with that before when they were in their old place, it seems like she's not on that kind of time anymore.
Yeah, the simple fact that he can't even get through a whole interview where the whole thing about he need weed and all of this have to come
Mm-hmm.
up, that's
Mm-hmm.
concerning. And then remember the video. Remember when we initially found out that he had a channel? That's when the baby was gone and she was in jail. And he was posting the
Mm-hmm.
videos talking about, since Grady won't give me no more pain pills, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead and drink the medicine, remember? And
Yes.
smoke the joint. So, yeah, he be doing
Yes.
too much.
And he
And
was
Copper
constantly
do have
going
a
up
great
there.
point.
Yeah, he was constantly going up there when it's and don't get me wrong, it was a huge that wound was serious. So I don't doubt at all that he was in intense pain, but he constantly kept, oh, I lost my pills, or they got taken at the laundromat, or I'm in more pain, I need to go back to Grady. He kept going back and forth, back and forth. um and then in some of the songs, I don't know if they're still on his channel, but the joint YouTube channel, he talks about his struggle with use drugs, and wanting to blunt his mind, and block things out, and suicidal thoughts. I feel like he didn't disclose it to Marcus, but I feel like something happened to, and I don't want to sound cliche, like, when Marcus says, did anything ever happen to you when you were younger? But I think that something happened to Tone when he was younger. Dissociative identity disorder, DID, which is the multiple personalities, doesn't just happen just because. There are instances in research of drug induced personalities that happening, so it can occur, but that's rare. It typically happens when the brain basically splits itself to protect itself, to protect the host, because of some type of traumatic event, sexual abuse, major physical abuse. It happens in like war zones, things like that. So something happens and the brain is like, I need to have another part of me that can handle whatever's happening and protect you, push you away, the active you. And that's how your selves kind of develop to protect you. And so for him to have nine, you know what I mean, like that's a huge amount. Like that's a lot. I know some people with dissociative identity disorder, and most of them have, like they have like two or three. Nine, I've never met a single person in my life that has had nine. You know what I mean? And um so it's just
It,
really odd. And then
yeah,
yeah, sorry.
no, I'm sorry. No, what I was going to say was it just seemed like he'll do anything by any means necessary to get high. And that's
Yeah.
concerning.
Yeah, anything, even if it means pimp yourself out. I mean, he is in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Um, there's a lot of, sexual fluidity there. A lot of people from other parts of the South go to Atlanta to be able to live more freely and experiment. So if he was on drug, had, you know, and then some people also get high so that they can be, release their, don't feel as, I don't know, they can as hindered by societal norms and, do what they would like to do in their subconscious, so, or some people just do it just because they want to get drugs. So whoever the party is that's going to give them some money, male, female, non-binary, whatever, they'll do whatever.
Yep. And I saw y'all all have some great comments. Shout out to y'all. And I know I saw a comment said any man that will walk around and literally don't take pride in not even their appearance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
And
she
Rex
is
had
taking more
another
pride
great
in her
point too.
appearance. Mm-hmm.
Rex said anybody that would sit there, any man that would talk like that in front of strangers, talk about putting you out, say whatever, ain't ish. And I agree. Okay.
Exactly. It's like you can, however you argue at home, but in person, you look out for each other. You should have each other's back. Not like, oh, you can put her out of my house. There's no my house when you're married. This is our house. And where are you going to put her? So you're going to send her and the baby out on the street so the child can be taken again? Like, that's crazy. A real man would say, I'll leave. I'm upset. Let me go cool off. Let me go get a room for the night or something like that. If we can't talk it out, or I'll go sleep on the couch. You know what I mean? Like and this is someone who was supposed to, remember, he was married before, like as a teenager. He apparently graduated high school early and got married, to his first, wife when he was, I guess, I'm assuming he was practicing Islam more faithfully then. And then he had only been out of that relationship for a short while before he, I guess, Nia did his thing. And I don't know if the Nia thing or him experimenting is what ended that marriage. There's no real answers, like we've heard different things from both ILiana and Tone, but he's been married before, so he should know better about like what's expected of you, being a head of a household, turning the other cheek, being patient, instead of getting mad at a person that you picked up when she was a literal teenager, young and dumb, and you know what I mean, and drug addicted and right out of the foster care system. And you knew she knew nothing about these things. And now that she's learning and asserting herself, you don't like it.
Hey, Trick Shot. Welcome to the castle.
Yeah.
I guess he is no longer a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear him say nothing about that. He said they need therapy. Okay. We do have somebody else backstage. It's King Timothy.
Okay, cool. Come on up.
You're
It's
fine
good
with
to
him,
have.
right?
Yeah, I totally
Okay.
am. And I'm actually going to have to drop in a few minutes because my voice is kind of loud and I think I'm waking up the kids. I'll still be in the chat though, but I'm actually happy to have him come up because I'd love to hear a male's perspective, on the videos and just in general, what we should think about this, like, what all of this means.
Okay. Thank you so much, MGO.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you coming up because I got to get back in the groove of doing my interview. You know how we used to do it back in the day.
Yeah, Hopper, I caught that
so.
too when he said they don't have that kind of program anymore. I was like, bro, you were in a program. Yeah, because we all know those programs exist where they have certain, populations. Okay, we'll have certain spots for vouchers, certain spots for people who are LGBT, certain spots for people who are, older, individuals, like senior citizens or whatever. So yeah, he doesn't want to mention the program because if he mentioned the organization, like, oh, it's Sister Song or it's this, what the other, everybody will be able to look it up and say, oh, it's a LGBT voucher or it's a whatever.
Right. Give me 1 second so I can verify it's Timothy so I can take the banner down. Timothy, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Okay. I got to double check.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm blessed by the best. How you doing?
Doing all right. This is just all really, interesting. It's like, I don't know, a whole bunch of emotions, like happy for them, sad,
Really? Yeah, it's go ahead.
Did you have something to add to what we just finished, that thought that we just finished? Or
Oh yeah, I do. By the way, I thought about like if I was over there helping them, what I would do is like, as a man, I would set them up for like that both could take classes, like relationship classes, like marriage classes, like with the baby, and how to be parents, and they could be teach people out there could teach them as you send them in school, that could teach them how to be a parent, both of them. So both of them need to know how to be parents to that baby. So meaning as the baby is taken care
Mhm.
of, and
Absolutely. I
the
agree.
baby is the baby is is good, good, clean. Make sure it's you bounce him. Make sure he's
Yes.
clean.
That's
So
a good point, Timothy, because remember their old apartment, the hygiene element was very concerning about the way they had it set up, like with the cake, like, this doesn't work and this doesn't work. And then even with the blood, how much of it was left in the apartment, having the bloodborne pathogens that you risk being exposed to. Like, so it's like the parenting classes, but like you said, also just kind of general life skills.
yeah, because if you saw the blood, it looked like a crime scene.
Yes.
You're not trying to be funny, but it looked like somebody being deleted. Like
And he
blood was
left it
all over
there
the
for
place.
days and actually thought that CPS was going to come see that and think that he could keep a kid.
Yeah, yeah. In the house, I'm like, oh, I can't believe, like, oh my goodness, man, I can't believe you came back to the house. Like, but
Hmm.
the point is, that's what I was like really afraid of, because I said if they get set up in some classes, permanent classes, how to be parents, so people out there to teach them that be paid to do, teach them how to be, parents and everything like that. And I think when they get in the courses, taking classes like that, I really think that could be good parents, great parents, because I'm not giving up on them. Come on now. I'm not giving up on them. I'm not just like this. See, I don't believe in giving up on a person. I won't give up on you, Queen. Just like I won't give up on you, MGO. I'm not gonna give up on people that quickly. I'm not. I'm gonna give a person time to change. See, it's like this, it's like a baby. You gotta get a baby what? Time to crawl. And when that baby's gonna crawling, that baby gonna do what after you crawl. That baby gonna do what? Don't learn how to what? Walk. So you gotta learn to crawl before you walk. So that's what we gotta learn as people, as grown-ups. We have to come together as a village and understand. You know, these people is young. These are young couple. We twice their age. We probably had relationships was crazy. And I had relationships was crazy. Back in the past. So
But
I
Timothy, I have a question about what you're saying, actually. Is it okay if I mention it? I don't want you to lose your point.
um yeah. Let me do this real quick. But
Sure.
okay, so like, so when I was doing that, and it was like, I thought about that, and I said, you know what? I said he going through this bipolar episodes. They both got bipolar episodes, mental episodes. So they both have them type of episodes, and it's like when they come together, mix and don't go well. So it's best for them to get it. And I hope Marcus to do this. Try to pay for them to put them in classes, so they can get their act right, and they can understand like how to be parents and understand how to be adults, and know how to learn to take care of a child.
I don't think Marcus will even have to pay for that though. That they,
Yeah.
they should be able to get
Oh,
help with that.
okay. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, like if push comes to shove, it's other options you could go to.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess this is
What were
my
you gonna
thought.
say?
What if this is my question, Timothy, um, because I think that they can get them through the county, or other resources or nonprofits for free, the classes. But what if the issue is that they shouldn't be together at all? Like, so before we knew about the fact that he had, likes, dating people who are transgender and or maybe just people who are men overall. Um, Before we knew any of that, we knew that basically he barely knew her. He saw her on a bus, thought she was cute, She was vulnerable, and then they got together. Boom. You know what I mean? They don't even
Right.
really know each other. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
there's couples who love each other and have deep connections. And, we have a 50% divorce rate in this country. They have a lot of issues individually that they need to work out, much less as a couple. There was a time when there was a live when Marcus was asking, I'm sorry, Marcus had a live at the barbershop, and Abs was asking, there's a lot going on. I don't, Tone, respectfully, as a brother, I don't know if you have enough to hold her down as, as a husband should. And then if the issue is now, that Copper has mentioned that, Dominique has stated that Tone isn't being transparent, which I think we could sense in the way that the dialogue, the way that he was squirming and kind of trying to dodge Marcus's questions. It just might be that he doesn't, want to be with her. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he or she doesn't want to be with him. They're both, it's a trauma bond anyway. Whether he wants to go be with someone who's trans, whether he wants to go be with someone who's assigned female at birth, assigned male at birth, be single, they he needs to look inside. They both need to stop wasting each other's time. And I respect what you said about the crawling before you walk, but should they be crawling with one another? Is, I guess, my question for you. And then after that, I'll let you answer. I'll drop down in the chat, but I actually have to go. But thank you for letting me be on the panel.
No,
Oh,
it's okay, MGO. I appreciate you coming up, both of y'all.
oh yeah. To answer that question, yeah, you're so right, MGO. Yeah, but it's like this. It's like, it takes time for them to wake up. It takes some people longer. You know what I'm saying? Cause they're very like not right in the head. So you have to be very patient with some people. Some people you have to be very, very patient. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, so me basically, it's like this. It's like, it's very toxic. Uh, yeah, it's very toxic relationship. But they set up them soul ties already. You know what I'm saying? By soul ties, it's like they sleep with each other, and she think that see, Iana think the love so good, so it's hard for her to break from that love bond. See, she think love is ooh, I hate you, ooh, I don't want to be with you no more. It's arguments. Cause see, that's all she knows is arguments. It's fights. It's drama. So if she toxic and he toxic, then what's gonna happen? Of course, someone gonna get hurt. Of course, it's gonna be a dysfunctioning relationship. Cause you got that going on across the world. Across the world, you have what? You have dysfunctional relationships going on. Meaning you have relationships with a lot of dramatizing, a lot of people getting deleted and over drama. But at the same time, when you set these soul ties up, it's hard to break from that, apart from that. How can you part from a soul ties when you're young and you don't got no sense in your head and you think that person yelling at you and hate you, you think that person love you. So what it is,
Um,
she think she think hate is love and love is hate. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So that's that's the backwards part of it in life. But at the same time, young people like that, it's dramatizing in the home already. And you see it out there in the street. You see all the argument, yelling. You can't even have a decent conversation. He can't even talk to her decent because he lose to argument, raising their voice. How can you win an argument when you raise your voice over somebody and and you can't get a point off, and that person can't get a point off? Then what's gonna happen next? Of course, the police gonna be called. Of course, somebody going to jail, or they both might be going to jail. So it's like this: when you in dysfunction home with drama in it, especially you got the soul ties, mean you sleep with the person with each other. Demons attached onto demons, and they all just constantly going in circles. And they constantly going over and over again, and it constantly happening over and over again. If something else might happen, but I'm saying, but I'm not trying to put no curse on them like that. I'm just saying, and I hope the relationship get better. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call the relationship is. They call it relationship drama and things like that. But I would say if they want a healthy relationship, I would say see some counseling, both. Bring the baby with you and see, and a good counselor will know what I do from there. Start from there. First, know how to be parents. Make sure that baby is taken care of well, truly. Cause for what babies they get big fast. He goes on he crawling, but he goes on walking a lot. So he's already talking good. So he's watch and see. He gonna be going to school, and when he get older, and he see them fighting. What do you think might happen? What do you think might happen? You know, what do you think might happen? So we gotta look at that. You understand? We gotta look at the fact is that baby getting older while all this argument and fighting happening. But at the same time, we gotta look at this. They're both what? Young couple. Young and what? That that we both know that they're young. So what's gonna happen when you're young and you don't got no sense in your head? Of course, it's gonna be fights. Of
Give me a
course.
sec. Give me a second, Timothy. I don't mean to cut you off. Welcome to the
Okay.
castle, Missy. Hey to everybody coming up in here. And MGO, I didn't get a chance to say thank you for coming up. I totally enjoyed you. Your insight on what the topic. So thank you so much. What you were saying, Timothy?
Oh yeah. And also I want to before I go before I say something else, I want to say like thank you MGO to like you had some good points and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know very deep conversation and very good, very good. I like, let me tell you something. I like stuff like that. That's why I like your broadcast. Like I told you before, it's like you know you can have good conversations and decent conversations with each other. It's about respect. Everybody have respect for each other. When you have respect for each other, it's like it shouldn't be no arguments. It should
Yeah.
it should be just everybody get along as grown ups. You know what I'm saying? We all grown. So that's why I love about your broadcast, Queen. I do.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate them because I'm looking like whether I go live because I got to address some drama or I'm talking about a real topic, they're still here for me. And I appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah.
everybody could do that.
No, everybody can't do that. No. See, see, um, see. It's like, man. It's like when you go through, like when you young and we all been young when we made mistakes while we were younger too. And it's like, but I thought about it when I was young, and I said, that could be each one of us in that bad situation like that, being styled all over the place. Oh, my girlfriend, my baby, my wife went to jail cause we got in a fight. So it's like, see that right there. It's like, to me that do break my heart. And it's like all they need is special treatment, guidance. Somebody could come over, really look out for them, truly, by daily. Just put them in a system so they can understand. I don't care if you gotta be in the system for a whole year. Join a system. You can put them in a system. Cause to me, popping up and showing up, that's not gonna do the trick. Cause you see what happened the first time, they ain't gonna do the trick. So it's better to put them in a system, and kind of, if it's had to be I don't know, a group home or something special home, whatever it is, that there gotta be a program to help you. They do help them out
Um,
there.
Mel, whenever you're ready to come up, you can, because I know you said you did want to come up. And I know that right now you're not agreeing with Timothy, and that's totally fine. So I think you more add to the show, like if you are available to come up. And then that way we can hear what he's saying and you're saying instead of he's talking and then your comments are being ignored. Because right now, y'all, but she was respectful about it though. So thank you. But she said, so you want So I think this question is for you, Timothy. So you want her to be with someone that likes boys? So now
No,
you're
no, no,
thrown
no,
off.
no,
You
no.
see, it would have been better if she's on the panel. Cause now you're like, damn, what did I say? Why she said that? Right?
Right. I kind of like, whoa, I kind of lost on that. But it's not. It got nothing to do with that. It's like you see, she go ride with her husband. If she said if he like men, he like men. I mean, she's still gonna love him. So what she said straight up. She said that straight up. She's still gonna love him, no matter what. So no matter what I say, no matter what you say, no matter what anybody say, she's still gonna love him. you know, you know that. You know that, Queen. You know that, and I know that. She's still gonna love that. She gonna love him. She
Yeah.
don't care if it happen again. She's still gonna love him.
Okay, so this I got you, Timothy. I got you. So Mel is on her way up. She said that she's coming up. Okay. So in the
Okay.
meantime, between time, without not losing our topic, we're definitely gonna get back on topic when she come up here. This is not to start any drama, of course, but guys, take a second to hit the like button for us. And I do want to say something to Timothy. So the last time you was on my panel, right? And we're just waiting on Mel now. So we're intermission, okay? So Timothy, the last time you was in the castle and you was on the panel, right? It
Right.
was I guess like I was actually tired that night because it was like a 3.5 hour live. So I don't know what I don't know if I was winding down. I was doing something. I honestly obviously was distracted. Because after the live I heard people saying in the comments like, why did you just dismiss what Timothy was saying? You were pouring your heart out to me and I just ignored it. And I'm like, what? So when they gave me the timestamp, that made me go and listen to it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that totally went over my head in real time. I didn't even, yeah. So I apologize for making you feel like maybe you felt ignored or whatever. I didn't even catch what was happening in real time.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate that because it was that was real terrible. That was like really like to me, it's like this. Like when I feel like when I got disrespect, like disrespect, it's like when you gotta have respect, for anybody. I have respect for anyone. But it's like when someone.
Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second. Mel, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Mel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to cut people off, but I'm like,
No,
every
let
time the
him.
banner go up, I gotta verify who it is.
Okay, well, let him keep talking though. I would
Yeah,
love
I know.
to.
Yeah, let him finish his thought. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, so you want me to, like, you want me to talk about like what happened between me and her, or you want me to talk about the other subject?
Y'all
Oh
continue.
no! I was just saying, like, basically, I was telling you, I wasn't trying to rehash whatever drama. I was just saying, of the strength of you came to my casa, it should have been you su casa at the time, and it wasn't. You get it? I dropped the ball
Yeah.
in real time, and I did not want you to feel like I was ignoring whatever you was going through or whatever. I just missed it. I'm human. I had an error where I must have blanked out or something. I did not even hear what you were saying, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She got it. She posted and everything like that. So it's like it's all it's you know um you
Yeah.
know
So
it's
she posted and you posted and we probably just gonna leave it like that. I'm just pretty much saying I wanted you to know that you were not being ignored on my watch. I just dropped the ball and I'm human. You get it? So I'm just
yeah.
apologizing for that. That's all.
Yeah. And I thank you for your apologies. I mean, apologies separate. Don't beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I accept your apology. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold no grudges. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm glad to be on your panel and talking to you.
Okay.
And you're nice
All
people.
right.
Okay.
All right. And thank you.
No
And then we're
problem.
just gonna go back now to you and Mel. Okay, but this said we're popping. It's StreamYard. And I'm telling you right now that I'm not gonna keep paying for it because the audio is terrible. It don't matter what I do. So yeah, but we're gonna get back on topic.
Yeah, I'm not
Right.
totally disagreeing with Timothy. Like, if you love somebody, you love somebody, and this, that, and the other. But he clearly doesn't like women. Like, if you're a man that dress up, and if she accepts that, that's her business. But I think she's in a lot of denial. She's in survival mode. She just needed a place to live, and he's not getting with the program. And then to be cussed out, and she's already got abandonment issues or whatever. And if you like to dress up in a wig and lipstick, then you're not the man for me. That's all I'm saying. I don't totally disagree. They could grow and learn all they want. If she like it, I love it. Have no problem with that. But she's a young lady with a young son, and he obviously is not keeping it real with her about what he likes and what he likes to do. So like we get into survival mode and we'll accept things that we might not usually accept, but long term for her, I don't see that. That's not that baby's daddy. And why would she continue to go through a struggle when she can go get those same resources that he gets? She can get her own place with her child and not have to deal with him and his lies. If he want to buy weed and do an interview with Marcus, then that's what. But she don't want to do the same thing with her money. She's trying to develop a stable lifestyle that she never really had for her and her child. And he obviously wears lashes and makeup. So that's cool. If she accepts it, she like it, I love it. But she can have so much more. ILiana is not she might be a little green to the streets, but she's not a dummy. She knows that hey, we need to pay the light bill and not go get no weed. She knows that. So she got the basics down pat. So if I don't think I mean I don't think she's a dummy. Like, and if he like men, he admitted to having Tony. He admitted, Dominique then came and blasted him out. If he like men, then he need to accept his own self and go with get him a man. He shouldn't be playing with this little girl. Let her go get whoever she can get and do whatever. She don't have to be there with him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying. Yeah.
Oh, that blue was bothering my eyes, honey. I'm sorry. I ain't
What
gonna
what
change it no more. My bad, huh?
what bothered you?
No, that blue. It was so bright, my screen.
Oh, I didn't even
The
notice that.
banner, never mind. It was bothering my eyes. Ah,
Yeah, he like
he
he
said,
like
dear,
the he like the toe curling hair from the trans people. So that's he don't like her like that. And I didn't even see the whole end of the live. I mean, Marcus is that last one, but she can get out and she can do so much better without him.
I,
She all
I,
stressed out
I
and the
see what
baby.
you're. Go ahead.
Hmm.
Now
No,
I
I'm
was saying
saying,
I see what they're saying too. I did want to tell them that because I definitely don't even have that written down. Okay, that I did see several comments that was saying, "Darn it, since the baby came back, how much the baby looked like eye patch."
yep, the whole head shape and everything.
Uh huh.
But she didn't know what she was doing then. She was young, out there in them Atlanta streets, and she was trying to do whatever, like just to survive. But see now, since she got the people in her life, she can get her own resources. She does not need to depend on him and let him keep getting that toe curling head from the men in wigs, because that's what he really wants. He can't even be honest on the interviews.
He said
She
she
gonna get it
even
though.
told
She gonna get it. She's gonna get it. She's like what
Timothy,
now?
you okay
20?
over there?
Oh, yeah, yes, I'm listening. I'm listening. Yeah, I
Oh,
was, yeah, yeah, you're right though. Yeah, he's like, yeah, he will get it, but same time, do you know how powerful soul ties is when you sleep with someone and they truly say they love you, but
Okay, so he also has soul ties to those men he been sleeping with.
Oh yes. That's what I said. That's why I
So
said
his tie with those men are more strong than his tie with Ileana because he's still out there creeping around with the men.
yeah, some
Ties are absolutely real, but she young enough. She ain't got to get tied up. She ain't got to get tied up with that.
yeah. Yeah, you like both. So you gotta look at it. Some men's
Yeah.
like both. Some men's like wear penny holes,
Okay, so
stock.
if you are a woman, or even if you're a man, would you want your woman to like women, or would you want your woman to just be wanting a man? Like
I
I
want my
don't
woman
want
to
no
be
man that want to sleep with another man. I don't
yeah,
want.
see I want
I don't want that. And if Bobby decide he want to sleep with another man, I'm gonna let him get the hell on. I'm not gonna make him. I'm not finna fight with no man about
oh
no
no.
peen anyway. I'm not competing with a man for my man. So if she want to do that, I get it. If she accept that, then that's cool. And if that's a soul tie she want to have, that's cool. But that's not the way the Lord made this stuff work out. Like we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
I
She
just saw somebody say good night. Who said good night?
who said good
Whoever it
night?
is, you said good night, Missy. Thank you for joining. I think somebody named Missy. I know I did see Missy. Missy, if you said good night, have a good night.
Yeah, he don't even want a woman. Like he got with her. I mean, I just kind of know how it is out there in those streets. He got with her. Maybe in his mind was like, "Oh, I'm a man now. I got this lady. I'm gonna marry her, and this is my lady." But he's still creeping with Dominique and the rest of them. No, I don't want my man creeping, and in the back of his mind, he really want to be with a woman. I mean, a man. No, no. If you're gonna cheat on me with another woman, honey. No,
So you heard what
I don't think it's a soul tie, though, Timothy.
yeah, but you heard what she said though. Yeah, you listen to what she said. She said no matter what, she's still gonna be with him.
No, she just saying that
Oh,
because it looks
yeah.
good on camera. Deep down in her heart, as a woman, you do not want a man that's gonna mess around with. She doing that to show face, save face. She don't want no man. You think your girlfriend? If you came to your girlfriend and say, "Hey, I wear wigs in the middle of the night and I creep out in these streets," do you think your girlfriend will accept that? You
No, I don't
agree
think.
with me?
No,
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't been
no.
honest with her. He hasn't been honest with her about his past life or nothing. So of course her naive little self go like, okay, whatever. I don't judge people. I don't judge. I don't judge them
See,
either. But I don't want no man that like toe curling sex from a trend. I'm just saying, as a woman point of view, we don't really want that. So she's saving face for the camera.
it's
She,
hilarious because Timothy, like, wait a minute,
No,
don't
no,
use
no,
me
no.
as an
I'm trying to
example,
say
right?
something. Yeah. I'm
I'm
trying to say
just
something. Like I don't want to get a ruckus. Let me say this real quick, please. Okay.
saying,
You asked my question. You gotta let me respond. Okay.
I
Hold on. Okay. Let's hold on. What I'm saying is like you asked me a question like that. That's kind of strange because why I say that because like don't put me in that category. I'm not even close to that category at all. So I love my women. Okay. I treat my woman like a queen, and I don't love men. I love women. So some dudes out there love both. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's them. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. I was saying this if he gets some help and get everything figured out as a man, especially because maybe he might make a turnaround. He might change. Who knows? But I'm not gonna put fire together and try to make it work. What I gonna do is I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying, get a person time to figure it out. And now when they waste time, and now you see, it ain't no good. because you just can't rush something and expect it's going to happen. You gotta take your time. You gotta learn to crawl before you walk. So learn to crawl. So people still crawling. So like I said, it's time to walk.
Okay, so what is he crawling into then? That's my point. Like, that's cool what you just said. Wait a minute. We're gonna talk one at a time, right? That's cool. But let me know that you like dudes at first. And then let me choose to decide that I want to still deal with you. He didn't let her know that he liked dudes and he liked to wear wigs and he liked to have lashes on. And he didn't let her know that at first. She just not learning these things about him. So now she got to sit back and be like, do I want a place to stay? Or do I, I got a place to stay now. I was out there on those streets. And then I accept him for who he is since now I know. Now that I know he like to wear wigs and dresses, maybe they could share. I don't know. But I get that. But that's what you saying. You're a real man. He's not you. He's not you. He's a Decepticon. He was out there in the streets as a woman in the streets of Atlanta as a girl. Then he met her on the train with his apartment with no lights. She said that when I met you, you didn't have no lights. So he was out there damn looking for a quick lick too. That's why they got that other girl living with them now. That's a chick or something. So I wouldn't compare him to you like that because I know you're a real man. But if you went to your girlfriend and said, hey, when I was 17, I like lashes and dresses, and I had a boyfriend named Tony, I'm sure she'll have her own mind and be like, hey, well, damn, Timothy.
Please don't say. Wait, stop.
I don't know about
Please don't put me in there. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I won't use
I won't
you as an example no more, but I'm just saying,
please don't.
man, woman, and we're not in their lives. We're just looking at it on the screen. But I'm putting myself in her position, and if I heard all that, and while I was locked up, and I saw my man, all this stuff came out about him, I couldn't be with him no more. So I don't know about the soul tie. That ain't her baby daddy. And hey, Tone, go out there and get what you get. Go find Tony. Go find Tony, honey. So that's all I'm saying.
But Timothy is hilarious. I know you're serious, but it's the way you say it. It was hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
that was
couldn't
funny
help but
because
start laughing.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Don't use me as no.
Yeah. Not you particularly, because I could tell you're a real man. But I'm just saying.
That's real man. You can't say that because that's not funny to me.
Okay,
it's like,
so he's not a real man then.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, we agree.
Shout out to you, Timothy. Timothy, like, wait a minute.
Okay, yeah. So we agree he's not a real man, and that ain't his baby. And I think she just need to move on. I mean, she'll see it sooner or later, but that man, he got cuter than her. If we look at what happened in December, his whole life got exposed. He shouldn't be like that. And he shouldn't be trying to be no man. Because he ain't no man. My man wouldn't do that neither. So I feel you, Timothy. I made my point though, didn't I?
Yes, you made your point. You made your point. You made your point. I'm not even going like, what? I just like to leave it as that. That's a good point and everything. We all got a point, made a good point. So, I go leave it as that. Basically. So I'm not going to.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
No, but you know what? Yeah, let's shift gears so we could all be happy and comfortable on the panel together. But did y'all catch the part where ILiana said that he'd been lying about putting in applications?
Yep.
I think that was in part 3.
Somebody he forgot to submit it. How the hell you forget? Come on now. And she's not crazy. Okay, so I mean, I know she's young. She might have what just turned 20, but she know when you submit an application or not. She's not no dummy. She's not a
That was
dummy.
that
Come
was
on, man.
wild.
When
Like
you want to
what?
pay the weed, you want to get some weed or pay the light bill. Come on, is that a man?
Mm.
We gonna get some weed and sit in the dark and smoke. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit in the dark and smoke this weed with the baby crying that we just got back.
Yeah, and then keep talking about waiting on a disability that might not even get approved.
Look, I've been waiting on disability since 2002 with a congestive heart failure. He think he finna get some disability the way the government going now? He ain't even paid nothing in. How he gonna get some disability? She lucky she got it.
Yep, I'm glad when Marcus checked him and told him that
Yeah.
basically relying on a disability that's not even guaranteed is weak sauce. Hmm.
And then he said Tony helped him get into the assisted housing or whatever. Tony helped everybody get into assisted housing because they probably got a different housing program for the trans people. That might be why he dressed up in a dress. Then you want to be a nigga after you get your place, but you can't even pay your bills. Boy, stop. Cause they ain't never offered me nothing when I've been down here struggling. I ain't get no housing.
Yep, he definitely was right when Marcus told him that he wished he could have him for 3 months in boot camp. He would definitely be better. That's what he need. A
Yeah.
reality check.
Well, let him
Like,
just be a
dude,
girl.
look at the
I
hair on
think
your face. I mean, you could even take a little comb or a razor,
a brush,
something.
the baby brush, the baby hair wasn't even combed. I think she'll do way better without him. And she can get her a grip on her own reality and not his. And why is she sitting on the side of the curb yelling at him? Ain't nobody got time for that. He need to go on with the trannies. Go back to Black Hammer, nigga.
You guys should have tried. Wait, you guys should have tried as much of a stud I could be.
Girl, them studs in prison get special privileges. Copper.
Trisha said that's hilarious. Crazy. But around here in the same break talking about where it's at. I know I wrote it down. Talking about he don't want nobody telling him what to do.
Why he
It's
get so
nobody
mad?
business. He's not working. Hmm?
My thing is, why you get so mad and you agreed to do the interview? They know what kind of questions Marcus gonna ask. So now you want to get mad and yell at her at the end. She tired of that shit. I know why she's snapping. And she might do it again. He better stop. He's supposed to be
Yeah.
getting his disability. Girl, Golden, I've been waiting on my disability since 2002. It's 2025. I ain't got it yet. I hope he get it in. He
Yeah,
don't get it.
you're right. You said at the end of the day you're praying it all works out. Definitely. For
Yeah,
all three of them.
yeah, I do too. But I'm just saying it ain't him. He ain't the one. I'm also glad she said that the people that had Divine are still in their lives, so she still got a little village over there. You know, she might not want to accept it, but she's got people that care about that baby and that care about her. And then Tom gonna end up damn weaning himself out.
Give me a second, please. Hold on.
Mhm.
Hey,
Hey,
welcome to
it's
the
me.
panel.
Hey,
Hey,
Golden.
hey, Mel. Hey, Timothy. Hey,
How you doing,
Vibes
baby?
Queen.
Hi. Welcome to
Okay,
the
Mel.
panel.
Hey, continue, Mel.
I don't really got nothing to say. I was just saying that because she really like. I just know she can still get so many resources because she was in foster care. She can get
Yep.
so many resources without him, her and her baby, and she's gonna see it one day. Like I don't bash or she might be blinded right now, and it's the rose-colored glasses or whatever. But she gonna get it. She gonna get it, and he's gonna be out wearing dresses and skirts and lashes again.
Well, do you remember when this has been some time ago? She mentioned how she couldn't live without Tone, or it was something like that. Does anyone remember that where she kind of like how we've been saying that she's codependent? She mentioned something about her like kind of needing somebody. I'm sure by now ILiana knows that she can receive extended foster care,
Hmm.
some sort of extended foster care services.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She would
somebody
just
somebody has
prefer.
some rumbling going on, like a fan or something.
Oh, that's probably my air conditioner. I can't turn it off. I'll mute.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think so too, Raquel. I'm not reading all of them, but I just glanced down. I think he physically abuses her and blames his other personalities. Remember when she said how scared she was in the beginning when he strangled her? And see, I know like when that incident took place, I know a lot of people were upset at ILiana, and I never blamed Tone or I never took up for ILiana, but I understood I believe I kind of understood what took. I mean, he was showing, I don't know why people can't see that. When ILiana was sitting on the ground, did you all see how he was bent towards her, hollering and screaming?
I'm not hearing you anymore. Can y'all hear her?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Go on,
I'm
we're not
sorry.
hearing you anymore.
I'm sorry. Do you all realize that that's not something uncommon for him? Tone is a type of abuser who does a lot. Like Tone just seems very, kind, in the beginning, easygoing and everything. But when Tone gets behind those closed doors, he he behaves. I could see it. How he manipulates a lot. He corners her. Did you all hear when she mentioned that he is the one who wanted the interview, and she was getting upset because Tone's family, his mother watches these videos. So because Tone plays it off like it's ILiana who keeps coming here, reaching out to Marcus, and the mother doesn't like this. She's not even happy with Tone doing these interviews. And so ILiana, mentioned his mother doesn't like him. And she's talked about, did you all listen? Did you all hear that? It's Tone, but he doesn't want his mother. He's such a sneaky person and he's so scandalous and manipulative. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what he puts on somebody else. And that's
Right.
another reason why I don't trust him around that baby, because he will do something and he'll use the baby to try to get away with it.
And he's
He's just
telling his mom stuff about her. That's why you notice the mom don't like me. It was the mom and the aunt or somebody.
yeah, the
Because
mama and
he's
the aunt.
running telling them stuff about her.
And then
Uh-huh.
look, if a dude's mama tell you don't mess with him, you better listen. I don't know what the hell. She said his mama even told me not to mess with him. Like, I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
she
was just
already
about to
knew.
mention that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the mama already knew his issues or problems or whatever, his behaviors or whatever. So come on,
Yeah,
girl. You should. Mm-mm.
yes. There was a reason. Now, Ileana probably thought in her head, and then it could have been something that told her. She probably thought in her head that the mother just doesn't want him to be with her.
For whatever
But
reason, but he came from South Carolina, so we don't
oh,
know.
wait a minute, no. Not that the mother doesn't want him to be with her. The mother doesn't like her or something. It was probably something that he had her thinking.
Yeah,
Well, the mother knows what kind of person her son is.
right. Because he came straight to Atlanta being a girl. So why did he run from South Carolina in the first place? He could.
And did we all forget his husband Tony? And we haven't been able to find Tony yet, or Marcus
Oh, we gonna
hasn't.
find him.
Remember,
I wish I was still in Atlanta. I find Tony.
remember he put Thug Bait, Big Crit,
Mm-hmm.
up to the job of looking for
Yeah.
Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But Big Chris thought he had he thought he found him, but I don't think, apparently he didn't.
No, Chris went on to rehab, so he wasn't even studying that shit no more. Cause downtown Atlanta is ruthless. So he was like, I ain't studying this no more. He's like,
Yeah, well, I'm glad Chris went on out and went to rehab. That was definitely more important than looking for husband Tony.
yeah, Tony is still out there though. And just
Oh,
like Tone, keep in touch with Dominique. Talking about, I saw him on during the Beyonce concert. That was like last week. The Beyonce was in Atlanta. Oh, you saw Dominique? Who else did you see?
Rex said, hell, somebody mama told her that before and she should have listened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rex.
Chopper said that Chopper said that one of the men was in the chat today.
Mm.
Oh, the D one. That one.
Uh-huh.
The Damo.
Damo was.
No, in the comments. Wasn't it the comment section? After the last the last one was premiered. The one with the
That's what
fight.
Chopper said.
Oh, I missed that. It was 1.5K people. You know how hard that is to moderate that chat. Y'all don't even want that chat is rolling. Okay.
I would love just to see what they say, just because I'm that messy. But
Chopper, I thought about that too. Remember how she spoke so well of his family? Unless the mother now dislikes her because of the incident. But remember, they just like family to me. And that's why she let the baby go to her. Now, all of a sudden, the mother doesn't like her and the auntie. So I don't know if it was always that and she was just lying, or they now dislike her due to that incident.
No, they just don't want her to get caught up in their regular ass son.
It's too late for that.
I mean, well, it ain't his baby. She could still move on. She don't have to get.
Oh,
y'all want me to post it? Oh, Copper.
Yeah, post it.
Huh?
Or maybe you could just hit the link and tell us real quick in a minute if you can. If you can, then I get it. I know what you're doing. Yeah, I don't have my other device. I'm wondering how the hell would I see it now?
Hey, Cam 10. Welcome to the
I was just
castle.
about to say that. Hey, Cam. And Image. Question: Are you guys
I guess
happy?
so, Copper.
Are we okay with? I'm not okay. Image say, guys, are you guys happy with ATL interviewing them again? They ask for the interviews. So why would I not do it? If you come to me and say, hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You wrote like 3 paragraphs? Oh, hell no.
Oh, I'm gonna go over there and
read
read
that.
that.
Ooh,
I'm going
now keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, you all, with these interviews. I know a lot of people get upset at Marcus for the questions that he asks. Now, let's all keep it real. We might know that a lot of it might be maybe kind of a little inappropriate, but I mean, the viewers want to know.
And if you don't answer, then just say I don't feel comfortable asking this. Like shit.
Image. Let me excuse me. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was drinking my coffee and it went down the wrong way. Listen. No, Image. This specific time, I said it in the beginning of this live that they were the one that wanted to go to see Marcus. So when Marcus was live, they dropped down in the live chat was like, hit us up. Like they'll say it wasn't that place, but it was basically like come down to the free phone table or whatever. We're downtown. You get it?
Mhm.
Hey, Cam.
And Tone was the one that initiated the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marcus didn't even know that he was in the chat, and Vibes had to let him know.
Yep, I was in the chat.
And that is a
Then
key
Tone was like,
part.
you know where to meet us.
So
He
the,
tried
for,
to
the,
get
for the
us to meet.
people, so for the people that's bashing Marcus talking about why he want to still, I'm not saying Image did. I'm talking about the other people over there on his channel. They obviously don't listen because I mean they're I don't know.
Either
He's
they're not
opinion.
listening or they just want a problem. I believe that there's some comprehension issues that I'm not going to go through them, but it's too many things that it's like false accusations of things that I said, she said, or we said. So I don't know if they have a learning disability, like special needs, because it's too many things that are the comprehension is all the way off. But yes,
Marcus,
I'm sorry.
Marcus did put some disclaimers at the bottom. He was like, keep in mind, they asked me for the interview.
And he shouldn't have to, but the reason why he put the disclaimers there is because it's always somebody. If you don't like it, just don't go. I mean, I don't just if it's a channel that I got something and it's annoying me, I get gone. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you want to do it better, then go do it better. Period. Or do it another way. That's the beauty of it. Walmart and Target is similar but different.
Yep.
Okay. So basically, yeah, they wanted that interview, and also,
Guys, if at any time the audio sound crazy, please let me know. I know I still hear the rumbling from Mel. Golden just went out, so
I
let's
turned
see.
my air off. It's not me no more.
No, it was my phone that kind of went out. Also, I heard him when Marcus, before he gives the interview and before they agree, Marcus lets him know what kind of questions are going to be asked. Tone, because he think he's so slick and he think he can play everybody, he'll agree to it, knowing in his head, okay, when he starts asking the questions, I ain't gonna want to respond. Although he agreed to it. If you all are listening, you'll hear that conversation going on where we talked about this. You know what I was going to ask you. So Tone is already aware of what questions are going to be asked. And he's like, yeah, he's just thinking of that he don't care. He's thinking he about to play Marcus. Like he ain't, if it's some questions he don't want to ask. I already know what time it is with Tone. He's exhibited way too many behaviors for anyone not to get it. And then that's what ends up happening. And then people are looking at like, why you keep asking them questions over and over with them not understanding and them not listening that he mentioned and in front of Tone. And Tone did say, no, that didn't happen like that. And Tone has actually agreed that they spoke about it prior to Marcus turning on the camera of what Marcus was going to ask him. Also, even before they moved and all of this took place, it was like, it wasn't rocket. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out that Marcus was not just randomly interviewing them. They were calling him. He was at their house. They were calling him on the phone. And if you listen today, ILiana, they call for money. Like we already knew, like maybe the initial ones when he would meet them out, like when he first bumped into them the first time when she brought the baby. No, he asked or whatever, and when he first met ILiana, but all of those other interviews, notice that their interviews are always at their house or we witnessed it. They reached out to him. They wanted the interview. So people can stop with that narrative where Marcus is chasing them down and they're so vulnerable and he's taking advantage. They're calling for him.
It also go back to what we say all the time. They miss videos and they don't know what happened. Then they come out here just, oh my God, this person sold this. You're missing that. And I think that's what they're missing, the live stream.
Yeah.
They miss a lot of the clarification that goes on.
But that's an issue out here in this section. You miss a week and then you come back on YouTube acting like you know the whole story. No, you no longer know the story. Missing a week is a month in YouTube land.
Yeah, then they want to argue you down and they ain't even been around and they trying to tell you the story when they were not even there. And it's like you didn't miss, several lives or several posts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So instead of you talking, you should say, well, you know what? I've been missing. I've been missing. So what have I missed? Or go to it, review it. Don't be so lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they go and watch the live that they missed. They will see that they were in the chat like, hey, come down here. And I think they just wanted to surprise him with the baby.
But
I tell you what,
They
the
want the
baby,
money, but they could have said, hey, we got the baby, come see us. They wanted to surprise him with the baby.
they
That's how it
did
came out.
oh,
because
to let them know that
sorry,
they got the baby back. But still, the baby still look kind of dusty. Like, so you got
that
this baby back for what? For him to listen at y'all fuss? Y'all should have left the baby with the defects people until y'all got y'all stuff together. Like,
Lord,
why you
they
be?
go.
I don't care what
I
they
could
do.
hear them tomorrow.
I
Mel
don't
done
give a
called the
damn.
baby Dusty, child.
Well, he was.
Well, that's the
I can see
parents'
where she
fault.
I can see where she was saying that, but I'm just going to give it a benefit of the doubt. Maybe because he was kind of out and about for the whole day. Now, I see what she was kind of saying. He could have been a little bit more, greased up and a little more fresher and crispier. I mean, but I mean, he is just a little toddling baby.
It's
Maybe it
not
was
his
just,
fault. It's not
I
his
don't,
fault. It's not his fault. The baby's fault that they had him
I got.
so dusty.
I can't deal with that rumbling. There's too much going on. I don't know why I think it's coming from Timothy. Timothy, what you doing?
It ain't me.
No, it's not me. I'm on mute.
Timothy, you all right over there?
Yeah, yes. No. I'm listening. No, I'm listening to the conversation. Y'all good. No, I like it. Y'all good.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think people.
They're saying the audio breaking up. Oh Lord.
Whose
I
audio
think
image?
we gotta go on mute when the other person's talking because I hear this big old rumbling in the background. I still hear it, even though Mel is gone. It's a TV, it's something going on in somebody's background. See, I'm going on mute and I still hear Timothy, so it's you. See, I mute you now and now it's crickets. Yeah, it's definitely coming from there.
Am I okay, Vibes?
Yeah, now when I muted Timothy, I don't hear it anymore. So yeah, it's definitely coming from his avatar.
Okay.
Yep, the chat said they hear it. I'm like, whoa, it's like like a speaker turned up loud or something. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, Mel.
Come on back. Right. I mean, it's like I'm a believer in, of course, nobody wants a child to be away from their parents, but I'm not that crazy to feel like a child should stay in a bad environment. I don't care. And the reality of it is, I see it's still toxic. When Marcus asked him initially, are you all still having those arguments and stuff? I knew right away they were. Before we witnessed this video today, I pay attention to body language. When he was talking to them, Tone looked over somewhere else. All of a sudden, he had some attention problems. And then he kind of walked off the other way, like walked a few steps away. And I was like, I knew it. That baby is right back in that situation. And eventually, over time, it's going to get worse and worse. And I found it so odd. The girl who's with them, honey, that girl ain't got a care in the world. All that hollering and screaming, and even the baby joined in a little bit. That girl on her phone, she all in la la land. It's the
Okay, let me
weirdest thing to me.
the banner up. Mel, is that you?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that better though? The sound?
Yeah, even when you was gone, it was still coming from Tim. So he's on mute.
Oh, okay.
But of course, if you have something to add, you could just unmute.
I'm just listening. Yeah.
But we are
Yeah.
at 2 hours, so what we
Mm.
need to do to try to get to the nitty gritty of the
Okay, well,
show.
maybe we need to kind of let you handle the rest, and so that you can wrap it up, and maybe possibly
We
have a part two tomorrow before. So
we
I'll drop down.
we covered everything that I have written down. I wrote it down, but y'all definitely covered everything. I didn't even need my list. I'm looking like, yep, I had that.
Well,
Mm.
maybe you
And
can
then,
read some
oh,
of.
so in
Mm,
part two, he did say that he saw Dominique like a week ago, and then here go Dominique popped up today.
Mm.
mm.
And ooh, you notice Marcus sat there and told him. Marcus sat there and told him that, hey, Marcus. Marcus sat there and told him that pretty much, Dominique them gonna be seeing this video, so the why lie? They gonna pop up.
Yeah, and the one thing about them gay guys, they don't play that trying to lie on them because, honey, they'll tell it all. So you better stop playing,
I'm just
Tom.
gonna say, we in this small town that I live in, we had this one dude, and I think his name was also Dominique, and he exposed every thug that lived in my town. All them hard ass dudes that had 7 or 8 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He exposed it. He had a whole Facebook channel.
Oh,
Hey, Marcus.
the DL thug. I mean the DL detector.
I don't know if it was in Macon. It was another dude, but
Oh,
he
okay.
was a thug and he got a lot of kids himself. But I think somebody exposed him, so he exposed all the other drug dealer thugs in Macon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a whole thing on Facebook, and I didn't even know about it. I'm like, well, damn, I'm glad I ain't run across him in the 90s.
We don't want to run across them in the 90s. I kept me a gay guy friend. They fun to be with, and they gonna tell you and keep you up. You know what I'm
In my
saying?
small
They
town,
told
though,
me.
in my town, they are
Mm,
not accepted, not at our age. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they did their thing or whatever, but once they got older in their 40s and 50s, he exposed everybody. He went crazy on the internet exposing those men. And I'm like, well, damn, I'm glad. Because he was cute, fine, built, buff. I'm like,
Marcus is still there.
okay, let me shut up.
Yeah, I'm here.
But yeah, I'm just saying it goes down in the DM.
Oh
What's
yeah,
up?
keep working pretty up. What you like you said, they be fine for real. But go ahead.
Well, what's up,
His
Marcus?
wait a minute. Straight up, his sexuality doesn't matter, but it matters when you are a DL. It matters when you are tricking people. It matters when you're not disclosing everything about yourself, like ILiana disclosed her life to him. It does matter because it doesn't give a person a choice and an opportunity to say, okay, I want this. There are a lot of women who don't care about men who are bisexual, but it's unfair to a woman to
Thank you,
not
brother.
disclose that. And there is a serious DL epidemic within the Black community. Statistically, they have studied
I,
that. Okay,
I
now
got a baby
I'm gonna let
daddy.
Mark.
I got a baby daddy
Huh?
that went to prison at a young age, and he was gay in prison. And then they called me, they were like, do you know such and such is wearing flowers behind his ear? And I'm like, well, god damn. But he came out again as a straight man. And he made so many babies, but he was still messing with a dude. So no, give me the choice. Let me decide whether I want to deal with you or not. So ain't nobody playing that shit. Ain't nobody playing that shit.
Okay,
I
let's
don't
see.
understand why his sexuality. It don't matter. He need to be real with himself. He don't need to fool women. Like he likes penis,
What's up,
lashes.
Marcus? What's going on?
Okay, let me shut up. I'm a mute.
You good, Mel?
What's up?
What
What's
you're
happening?
being fair?
Yeah, no, it's all love. It's all chill. It's all chill. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. So everything's chill. But no, I wanted to pop in and just to say that you guys are correct. Um, I've pretty much never. I don't know if I've ever ask them for an interview. Maybe just when I got those receipts, or whatever from from the two people, maybe that time. But I don't think I ever, like 90% of the interviews that I've done with Tone and ILiana or more, 90+% have been them coming to me. Okay. So when they come to me, it's because they need some money. And, over time, I've raised the fee that I pay them. So, which, I tend to do if the numbers work out and, if people bring views or whatever. And again, these are things I don't necessarily advertise because I don't want everybody then thinking that there's a new level that I'm gonna be paying people for interviews. Like, no, we're gonna keep it at $10 for what everybody knows. But the truth is that a lot of people get more than $10. And so if I'm going to pay a certain amount of money for an interview, it's got to be juicy. It's got to be worth it. It's got to be, and not only just the juicy and the salaciousness and everything else, but if you are blatantly lying to me, and I know that you're lying to me, and I just can't nail you to the wall based on whatever information I have or don't have. And then maybe I think about it later on. I'm like, man, I should have said this, or I should have asked this, or I should have done that. Then that's what I'm going to do when I come back to it. People say it's like 7 months later, and it is 7 months later as far as the actual time period. But if we're looking at it from an episodic standpoint, then it's just like the next episode. You know what I'm saying? And we're just picking the conversation up from where we left off. So just because time went by doesn't mean that the same questions don't persist and that, it's still not a topic that is worth kind of exploring and diving deeper into. So, a lot of people had stuff to say in the comment section, especially on the second video, which I knew that they would, right? I knew that they would have a lot to say as far as me kind of grilling Tone about that whole situation and everything else. But again, it's to nail him down because I know he's lying and he's a liar. And then two, you come to me, you want to do the interview. I didn't necessarily want to interview them. I didn't, I was on my live. I was, doing whatever I was doing. I'm going about my day. I was having a good day and I got some cool interviews earlier that day. So I wasn't pressed about it. But I will have y'all take note to the fact that I said 6 months ago, right? I said that, hey, we're just going to let God work it out and that, trust me, they'll be back. Right? They'll be back and that they're going to be back basically when they need me. And so the fact is that we all had to wait 6 months. So, I'm not going to necessarily be easy on them. Okay. These ain't going to be no softball or fluffy interviews or anything like that. Like,
the truth. And
yeah,
he
like
his truth.
well, right. And so, these are all the reasons why I kind of, what I'm saying, approached it the way that I did. And, ultimately, like, again, as y'all have pointed out, they don't have to do these interviews. They don't have to do these interviews. They're coming to me. They're getting a higher price than what other people get. So they're going to have to open up more. They're going to have to be more vulnerable and understand that if you lie about it and stuff like that, I'm going to drill down. I'm going to drill down. And so here's the last point real quick. So we did the first two interviews while we was in Gusto's. And then if you listen, I don't know how many of y'all listened to the end of the second interview where I play what was happening in the car on the way to the bank. Well, that was the start of their argumentative vibes, right? So if you haven't watched that, go back and check it out. It's at the end of Tone's video. And basically, I had to record it in secret, of course. But they were arguing about what to do with the money. And Tone, wanted to chintz. He wanted to take a little bit off of the light bill so that he can get some weed. And I had actually made the offer to him. I was like, hey, I got plenty of weed at the house. I'll give you, more than $20 worth of weed or whatever, and that way y'all could pay the bill. Well, he didn't even want to do that. So that argument that you saw was kind of a rehash of the argument that they were having in the car. It just got way more intense the second time around when we was outside. So
Thank you for clearing that up. I
yeah.
know it
Like, why
started
would you?
storming here.
She
Um. So
she's stressing herself out. Like, are we gonna pay the light bill, or we're gonna buy some weed? Okay, we all love instant gratification, but at the end of the day, are you gonna look long term? Or are you gonna look at the right now?
yeah, I mean, and I actually came up with a solution to where I gave them enough to pay the light bill and still made sure that he had some cash that he can go get the stuff that he wanted. So it all ended up working out. You know what I'm saying? Like once I saw the argument that they were having, and I was filming it again. I didn't ask for that. I didn't say, "Hey, y'all argue" or anything like that. It was organic and it happened. And it was an example of the type of stuff that probably happens more often in their house than what they would like to admit. In their house, out their house, um, even when Montez had recorded them, they were arguing then, when he recorded them on the train or whatever. So this is obviously just something that they do. And um, when they did it on camera, I knew that it would be a salacious video. So I went ahead and added, just a quick 20 so that he can go get the stuff he needed. But real quick, I wanted to address this straight up lady. I think it's the same person that be in my comment section sometimes or whatever. So basically saying, so what's the reason of him pressuring Ileana to care about this when she already says she doesn't care? Well, here's the truth. The truth is that I have daughters, I have kids, right? And so, if if that was my daughter, my kid, listen, you can't pressure nobody to care, but you can certainly ask questions and try to figure out if they're being truthful about whether or not they care. Because I honestly don't think that she's 100% truthful about not caring. I think that her not caring comes out of necessity for her to have housing. So yeah, she doesn't care because she doesn't want to leave her, a situation that she's in right now.
Her
Um,
sense of stability. She don't want to
mhm.
leave her sense of stability, even though it's not stable. He's
Right,
not a
and
stable
and, and
man.
and not just physical stability, but also mental, social,
Right.
mental and social stability as well, right? Because um, she's not used to having, what I'm saying, a continuous person in her life and things like that. So even if it's something that's filled with arguments and that type of stuff, at least it's consistent. At least it's still there.
And
That type of deal.
arguing is her norm. So she don't even think that's nothing all out the way. Like,
You know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I think that Ileana probably has the ability to not be argumentative with someone who's also not argumentative.
I agree.
Um, I think that, the turn up happens because of what some people have called the gaslighting that
Hmm.
Tone does, and it's just baked in the cake with him. It's like he just spits out the lies and spits out the BS, and I can see where that can be frustrating, and eventually will set a person off. You know what I'm saying? So
It's crazy to me how he can get so disruptive even around you. Like, how you gonna turn up on this girl and you got a real man in front of you? Like, come on. I probably would have choke slammed his ass. Just saying.
Well, I
um,
believe. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
no,
Marcus.
no, no, no. You go ahead, Golden. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like, when you said it's a lot of gaslighting, and I believe that's what drove her to that incident. And I also believe that Tone behind closed doors, he might not be physically abusive, but he's very mentally and emotionally abusive
And
towards
that's
her.
what triggers her to,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I,
If I had to say one way or another, I would put my money that that's true. Right. I would 100% agree with you on that. Um, like I say, he does the whole smiling face thing or whatever. I play along with it too. You know me. I
Mhm.
you like it, I love it. Okay, we can do whatever it is. We can do this however you want to do it. But behind that smile, and even when you can see sometimes the switch when he gets pissed off. Like if you look closely, and again, I edit
Mhm.
these videos, so of course I may see things that y'all don't see and have insight that
Mhm.
y'all don't have, because not only am I editing the videos, I'm actually the one doing the interviews. But if you notice when you watch his interviews, you'll see certain times where he just kind of go from the happy-go-lucky look to this almost sinister, look like something just switched. And I believe that that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? When like I say, when they're in private or whatever. So real quick, I wanted to respond to this straight up person, though. But she's not your daughter, and if she asked you to leave it alone after numerous times, I think you should respect that. Well, that's that's a lot of people's opinions. So I'll receive what you're saying, but it's just not going to change how I'm going to do my content, right? Because I have a responsibility to myself, as well as the platform, as well as everybody as a viewer, to just try to balance bringing the best content I can.
But at
And
the end of the
this,
day, not to cut you off, Marcus, but
no,
at
it's
the
okay.
end of the day, it is real life in these streets. Whatever you capture on your camera, on your platform, is what's really going on. Like everybody can have these idealistic ideas of what life is supposed to be, but at the end of the day, these people are really out there. And that is what you are giving us. That's what you gave me. I was homeless on the streets of Atlanta. So if you had walked up to me, I would have gave you my hard truth. So you
Yep.
can't blame yourself for what, hey, I'm walking up here and these people want to talk to me and I'm going to turn on my camera. They can't blame you. They can't blame you for what other people have gone through. Because I would have told my story too.
It's
Great.
one of the most it's one of the most baffling things to me. Is like for whatever reason, and it happens on my platform more than even other people that do street interviews, right? For whatever reason, people project the anger and pain that they have toward, or that they may feel about what happened to the person that we're watching. They project it onto me like I'm the one that did it. I'm like,
Right.
don't
We
get it.
just
Like,
hear the
just
story.
me daring to ask
Yeah.
about it, or to ask further detailed questions about it, just triggers the hell out of people. Some people, not everybody, obviously. And it just it's wild to me to try to understand why that's the case. But I've just given up on trying to understand. But real quick, I wanted to say real quick, okay, here it goes. Yeah, if she has to leave it alone, I think you should respect that. Again, that's your opinion. That's a lot of people's opinion. But the truth is that, again, they come to me to do these interviews, and I tell them ahead of time, like, hey, I'm gonna talk about the shit. You know what I'm saying? And they may say, well, okay, there's this one thing that I don't want you to talk about, and then I respect that. And you never hear me, ask any questions about that or anything else. So, sometimes I think you guys are more kind of, not you guys obviously, but I mean the people who the shoe fits are more concerned with their feelings about my questions than they are.
Mhm.
Because they come to me knowing, like, this isn't new. I'm not a new channel. This isn't new at this point. Like, you know what it is. Like, we're gonna get to the shit. And if you come to me
They
knowing that,
absolutely know what you're. Mhm.
yeah, that's what you're expecting. So, and they try to maybe game plan and figure out, listen, out here, you're either prey or you're the predator. That's just the unfortunate reality. And everybody has to make the decision on what they're gonna be. Because I could easily come out here and let people just run my pockets, and not have to answer tough questions, and not have to kind of, you know, go get into some of the deeper parts of the story, whatever, like that. But then I would be the prey, right? If they came to me, if they knew they could come to me like, hey, we got this light bill, and
Let
oh
me
my
get ten
goodness,
dollars. Let me get $10.
Well, not even $10. Because they don't get $10.
I
They
mean, I
got a
know
lot
that,
more.
Marcus, but I'm saying
Oh,
like
you talking about the regular people? Yeah, the regular
yeah.
people. So
I'm not talking. They you
if any average Joe could just come out there and
yeah.
be like, man, I need $10. Let me go tell Marcus Google Gobble Gobby. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And not say much of nothing because I know that he's just out here to help and he just want to help people that's homeless and just get $10.
Get them
Like
$10.
that's not how this works, man. Like if the stories aren't good, if we don't get good content, we don't continue to grow as a community, as a platform, as a channel, and we don't have the spread that makes the platform powerful the way that it does. And so, in order to be able to have that spread, in order to be able to have people in California and Cincinnati and Texas and all these different things that may see people that they actually know on the streets of Atlanta, in order to even have that type of spread, you got to make a good quality content that people are going to continue to keep coming back to. And so, a lot of times the people that are in the comment sections think that they're the majority. Most of the time, you're not. You're the minority, and the silent majority votes with their eyeballs and with their participation in the content. So,
I found your channel after my life of homelessness. And I was like, well, dang, if I was down there, I would have probably did the interview. You know what I'm saying? But I was actually the person that other homeless people went to. Like they thought I was the shit or something. Like I don't even know why. But I heard a lot of stories and I didn't have to do it the way that these people are doing it. But it's okay because they have to get it off their chest. And it's good for them because that might take them to another level. Because nobody is really listening out there. Nobody really listens to what put them in that situation. Nobody listens to that. And if you got that one caring person, like, okay, girl, let me help you out.
yep, no, that's true. That's a fact. So,
I know. I know Candy Kisses keeps saying our is Ileana pregnant. And I'm on mute for the most part because it's storming here.
I'm gonna
So
go
it's
on mute
loud.
too. 'Cause I didn't see that part. I hope not, but I'm gonna go out.
She mentioned something about the mother wanting her to take a DNA test due to her pregnancy, and it sounded like she was talking about like right now, today. So maybe Marcus can answer that if he caught that when she said it.
well, a lot of people caught that. A lot of people caught that. What I'll say is this. Um, there was certain there was a certain topic that we agreed to not discuss during the interviews, and I did not bring the topic up. So I'll just say that.
Thank you. That tells that might tell me a little something. But okay. Well,
I'm a,
because she
I'm a,
brought it up. We heard her. And I remember her saying, wait a minute.
It got slipped in there. I didn't bring it up, and I didn't,
You didn't, yeah, she voluntarily said it when she was talking about the mother.
hmm And I
straight
think the
up.
mom was giving her really good advice. I wish she would have listened to her when she told her that. She will probably
She's
be in
so
a better
bitter.
situation. And the truth is that even if she did like want to be with Tone or whatever, it's just better to have an outlet. It's better to have your own, and it's better to be able to get away when you need to. You know, especially like I say, the way things played out in front of us, right? And so imagine me when I'm posting the interview last night with her, and everybody's jumping in the comments talking shit and everything else. And then I post the video earlier today with Tone, and everybody really talking shit then. But I'm knowing the whole time, and I showed the previews of it. I showed the previews of it on both videos that this is how it ended up. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? I kind of knew how it ended, so it is what it is. Like, they this isn't anything that's new per se because we heard it on some of the other interviews that other people did that knew them, like the lady that said that Tone scammed her, that went to school with them or whatever when they were doing the chef, uh, school. Basically saying they argued every day. They argued every day in front of people in public. It got to the point to where The class was being affected by their arguments and everything. So they definitely need to be able to have a mechanism that allows them to separate when it gets like that. Because as most people have pointed out, that's just completely toxic.
And it's not fair to the baby.
It's completely unfair. Completely
Yeah.
unfair.
I mean, I
Marcus,
would love for the. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
how did you feel when you saw Divine?
Oh man, like that's my guy. What do you mean? So that's my guy, man. He's just got such a good spirit, you know. We're all spirits, and babies are closer to the creator spirit than we are because they're just now leaving from that energy. And so he's an awesome little fella, man. And I just don't want him to be tainted by the toxicity that they have going on, you know? Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
if you notice, Baby Divine was kind of arguing along with them. Right.
Emulating what he sees. Emulating what he sees. So even if it wasn't, you know, obviously he's a baby, he may not have the perspective to understand it to be arguing, but he's, you know, mommy and daddy are talking loud and that type of stuff. I'm gonna do it too.
Get that same energy.
Right.
I've been keeping my grandson. So my grandson got a mama, and all she do is yell, fuss. So when he come over here, when I say something simply to him, he go to crying. And I'm like, well, what the hell? I'm not even yelling at you. I'm just talking to you. He doesn't know he's 3. He doesn't know, like, he's in a dysfunctional world, and he doesn't know that I'm just trying to teach him. You know, I'm like, well, get on the toilet. And he's like, because he used to cussing and fussing. That's what he's used to. So he come over here with me and Bobby in the garden, and he's like, come on. No.
Yeah.
There's a question on the screen. Marcus,
Um,
did you feel that the baby remembered you?
I
How
can't
he
say.
acted?
I can't say, but again, just in the spirit realm, so maybe spiritually, you know, I mean, I can't say that the baby consciously remembered me, although, you
He
know, it's
came
not
right to
impossible.
you.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not impossible. And when I held him, he was right there. He didn't try to go or try to get back to mommy or anything like that. Um, you know, like I wish that the whole thing would have just like, you know, obviously for the viewers and everybody else, it was, you know, I guess good content, everything that happened this winter when she went to jail and everything else. But the truth is that I didn't want it or need it. You know, like I had to follow it because that's where the story went. But I would have preferred that she didn't go to jail. They, you know, went on the staycation that they were supposed to go on like that very next weekend, I think. I was gonna pay for them a staycation. And I was gonna keep the baby, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just allow them to go have fun, do their thing, maybe film a little bit of it, but mostly just kind of let them do their thing. And then, you know, I love babies, so it wouldn't have been a problem for me. But everything happened, you know, right before that was supposed to go down. So yeah, I don't know if the baby, because the point of me saying all that is to say that, you know, the baby would have me and the baby probably would have had a real bond at this point had things stayed consistent and the baby not had to go to defects. So, but yeah, I don't know if the baby remember me.
Can I say something real quick? Hey, Marcus, I like your content, man. You know, what I mean, you real good, brother. What you doing? God bless you, brother. You doing God's work, and I'm proud of you. And but I want to say this. You know, that baby got attachment to you, brother. If you know it or not, I see it already, brother. Cause them kids know when they see somebody comfortable with and the way you hold them, that baby happy to see you, brother. And also, that baby so happy, man. It's like that baby gonna call you Grandpa Marcus. I promise you that.
He can
Grandpa
call
Marcus.
me on. He can call me on. He, he, can, he can call me on. Yeah. But no, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the kind words for sure. And yeah, I mean, you know, I think that like I just said, man, babies are closer to the spirit, the creator spirit, than we are. And so they may just have an innate ability to kind of feel good vibrations, good energy, that type of stuff, and take to that. And especially if they're around energy that may not be good, some of the time, so that there's a contrast, so that when they feel that contrast, they feel that good energy, they take to it, that type of deal. So
I think he may be missing his foster parents because he has to readjust too. He hasn't
he
been
does.
around. He hasn't been around the dynamic that he's around now because those people, the Caucasian family or whoever he was with, he didn't get that same energy there is what he's getting now. So that's going to confuse that baby even more. We got to keep the babies in a safe, calm, peaceful place. And they going through all of this, and this man clearly likes men. Let me not,
Give me a second.
Well, I
Thank you
mean,
so
well,
much,
let's
Miss
let's
Brown.
well let's.
One second.
Oh
One
no, go ahead.
second, guys.
Hmm?
Thank you so much,
Mhm.
Miss Brown, for becoming a Castle resident. And Marcus, I want to tell you about the premieres before I forget. I thoroughly enjoyed the premiere today. The people were so engaged. Maybe you should try that more often. That
No,
was
I
cool.
listen. I as soon as I did it, I recognize how much I fumbled by not doing that. Like especially because I think it'll especially work on stories and videos like Tone and Ileana's where people are already invested into the story.
Yeah, those
I
good.
less so on new interviews, right? Because like you know, and I'm still probably gonna do it, right? Because I want to see how it goes. But on the storyline interviews, yeah, I'm 100% gonna do that like that moving forward. Like that's a way big of a missed opportunity that I just didn't see. Imagine
Yeah,
had I been doing that this winter and premiering the comment section just on every premiere would have just been absolutely bananas.
But we live and
Um,
and
learn,
I
right?
always I
mhm.
always know that the premieres do so well with retention too because they be so tuned in and typing. They stay the whole video instead of skipping through the video on the replay by themselves. So
That's correct.
you know how the video be 30 minutes and then we're so tuned in and chatting like hey in the live chat. We stay there
Yep.
the whole time. But if you're watching the video by yourself and it's 30 minutes, you're like, this boring, or you get bored fast.
Might switch up. Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
No, you're listen. And I think I saw that comment, or I saw the comment when because I watched the live premiere. I was in the bushes, right? I saw the
Okay.
comment when you made it, and I was like, "Yep, yep, that's 100% what I'm gonna do." So we was already thinking on the same page. So, yep, yep, yep. But what was I about to? I was about to get into something messy.
Give us some message then, Marcus. Come on with it.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. It was based on the comment that somebody had put. Let me see. Was it a comment or some thought I had in my head? Um, hmm.
Yeah, but I messed up some teeth.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't necessarily tea. It was discussing. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll let y'all talk for a second, and I'll see if I can try to remember it.
But I do have one question for you, Marcus.
Hmm.
I know I heard what Ileana said, and I've been saying this for a while. Knowing the two possibilities, who do you think, not what Ileana thinks, who do you think that baby resembles?
I mean, I'm gonna have to disappoint the crowd, and I'm gonna say it probably is eye patch.
Oh,
Thank
you ain't
you.
disappointing the crowd. You are
I
not
said it.
disappointing the crowd.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute. Where is Kenyatta?
I think it's definitely. I ain't gonna say definitely, but I'm probably 90% leaning towards eye patch. You know
He resembles them.
the thing about it is that
Yep.
the baby has a lot of Ileana's features as far as head shape, the cheeks kind of that she has or whatever, and things like that. And I don't, I just don't know if so like head
You
shape,
can.
facial features, that type of stuff. I really don't see any Josiah's, but you know how it is with babies. You just never know. Some babies come out spitting image of one parent, and you'd be hard pressed to know that the other parent is the biological parent, but they are.
It's not Josiah's though. I don't feel like
Yeah, I
that.
mean, at this point, I would be very, very, very surprised if it came back that it was.
But you gotta
Um,
realize when you out in the streets in the middle of Atlanta, you gonna sleep with whoever just to get them off your back. So she really doesn't have a clue.
I'm about
It
to
could
say
be
Oh
it
no.
could not be eye patches. It could
right,
not be eye
right,
patches.
right.
It could
I
be
could
some other
totally
person.
yeah,
But
it could be whoever she was trying to sneak in the tent with at that time. It could be
but
Chris, baby.
but Marcus, if you recall, remember when she first announced that pregnancy and you questioned Josiah's, and it was like, remember she said she already, when Josiah's got with her, she had already told him that she might be pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was already pregnant when Josiah's got with her.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's
And
true.
She need to be
that
trying to figure
baby
out
to
what
me
happened.
resembles eye patch, and I've been saying that for a while. His
Yeah, if I had to put my
ears.
money on it. Yep.
What you say? I think you
MGO has
did.
a question for you, Mark.
Sure. Let me see.
I love you, NGO.
Let's see. This is way off topic. Would you be willing to host a live for Von's housewarming and the twins turning 18 months? Yeah. When is the housewarming?
And
Like what
he
I would
finally got a house, so yeah.
so MGO, hit me up on the email Atlanta Street Interviews at gmail.com because I would actually like we could get real lit. Flights to Houston are pretty cheap, so I don't mind taking a flight. I owe Houston a quick trip anyway for a number of different reasons and visits. So
And it would be
um
great if you go holler at Von. That would
Oh,
be
yeah, that's
that
what
would
I'm
be
great.
saying.
good,
Like,
MGO and Vaughn. You could
Yeah.
get
hey, we could do it live, like for real, live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how Tony ILiana was, there with me type deal.
Mhm.
That type of deal. So it could be a housewarming slash, baby shower. And
slash Skrilla and South Park Shawty.
Who is
so
them
we'll have
people?
to find South Park Shouty, but I know that Pull Up in Chat could definitely get in touch with Skrilla. I think he actually interviewed her this past weekend, right? But
Mm.
he's not gonna post that stuff until he has like a few pieces of content. But but anyway, yeah, so Skrilla for sure. Skrilla for sure, right?
She said,
but she gonna
yes,
have to come at
please
the end of the
come.
party because she gonna mess the party up. All
Who's
right.
Skrilla?
But what I was gonna say was I was gonna talk about how comment Copper had pointed out that Dominique had made a comment, and that the comment Dominique made basically said like, "Hey, don't make me pull out the real receipts. Like, don't make me clear everything up."
Mm.
And almost comes off like someone who was dealing with someone and then they're not dealing with them and they're fine with not dealing with them now, but don't sit here and like lie on me type stuff. Like that's
A
the type of
scorn
energy that
lover.
he wrote that comment with because he didn't really have to like did I had to think about it like did I mention Dominique? But then I was like, okay, yeah, I did. I mentioned something about um Dominique when I talked to Ileana about the pink arm thing or whatever, and I also mentioned Dominique when I asked Tone about have you seen Dominique and that type of stuff. But it was such a small part of the interview. Like, you know,
Mm-mm.
Dominique tries to come into the comment section like half the interview was about them. Like, no, like it was a very small part. It's not a big deal. And I think if I'm correct, I think that's the same person that like has gone viral on TikTok for like exposing guys or whatever.
Dominique had a channel on Instagram exposing. I
I think
wonder
I think that same name was on TikTok and it went viral. DL Whisperer.
DL Whisperer. Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I remember thinking like, is that the same Dominique? Like, is that the same person or whatever? So yeah, I don't know. But in case you ever watch this replay, Dominique, I, I don't have to necessarily mention your name or nothing like that. Everything's fine.
But us as
But
women would like to know who the DL Whisperer is. Because
Right, and I think
I ran across a couple of guys in Atlanta that like it both ways, but at least they told me. So I don't want no DL whispers. Tell me. Please
right,
tell me.
right, right,
Yeah.
yeah. But Dominique basically was saying that they have some receipts, and so
Mm-mm.
if you happen to watch this replay and the
Mm-mm.
spirit hits you and you want to drop those receipts, come on with it.
Tell the
Because
truth.
so that we can go ahead and put a bow on this whole story. Because that was
Tell the
another thing they
truth.
said in the comment, like, all right, well, can we agree to put this story to rest and everything else? And everybody's like, put it to rest. And I'm like, great, I'll put it to rest too. But um, I'll put it to rest, okay, when we're done, when it's done. And if time went by and we didn't get to like finish certain things or whatever, then I'm gonna try to see them to completion. So it's not, I'm not trying to like, mentally trigger Tone or anything like that. This would go a lot easier if he would just tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
But
That was
you're not gonna sit
Dominique.
here and try to like BS me, but then still get a higher fee for the interview and all that stuff. Like, no, I'm gonna pay you a higher fee, I'm gonna get my money's worth. So it is what it is.
See, Tone, he tries to play. He think he's a player.
Mhm.
And think he's nickel slick. So
Yep.
he'll agree to everything that you say. Like, yeah, you can ask me this question, but then in his head, he's thinking, shit, I'm getting this money. I ain't answering them questions. Like he about to beat you, and that's his mindset.
You hit the nail on the head. That's what I said earlier. Like, you're either the prey or the predator. You gotta figure out which one you're gonna be.
But that's what it's like in Atlanta. Like it's like either you gonna get over on me or I'm gonna get over on you. And he
That's
think
it.
he thinks he can get over on anybody. And he can't because he ain't even got a good poker face. Tell that girl you don't tell that girl the truth. And then
Yeah, Ileana's probably the only person that he can get over on. Okay.
absolutely, I agree.
So he found the right one, but
Hmm.
yeah, like it to me, it's just like, and it's also just interesting because it's like I asked him in the interview, like, what was going through your head when you did this stuff? Like, fine if you hit the about face, you hit a 180, you're not about that life no more. That's your past, whatever. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, cool. What was going on when you was doing that? Because I'm born in the 80s. And so I'm from a generation where that's just kind of seen as not natural and whatever. And so what made you do it? What mindset did you
How did
have?
you
What
feel when
fears,
you saw
insecurities, all
Dominique?
that type of stuff.
How did you feel when you saw Dominique? Like he know his little thing jumped up.
We never know. Tone might have. He's probably been like that from a kid or for a very long
I
time.
believe that. I believe that. I believe that.
And with
That's
him
why
having a
his mama.
father,
Yeah.
his father probably has certain type of I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like a lot of times when they, especially if they have a father, they have, or just a family. But I'm saying with him having a father, I could imagine his father probably had certain type of expectations of him having a boy. You know, on top of that,
And now you got a girl with lashes on, and he was cuter than me in some of them pictures. Not shit.
was looking ratchet.
No, stop it.
You see how he was looking? Tone be better off being just like he is, a man. With Tone was looking a hot mess.
I think he was cuter as a girl. He just need to be himself.
He would be better off being the DL thug, getting his toes curled.
But don't
Oh
DM
gosh.
me,
You
goddamn.
know,
Don't
you know
DM
it's
me.
not in you know it's not impossible for Dominique to see this, that this is where he came first. When he first came in the sector, he had left me a comment first and I'm like, who are you? And that's when he told me who he was.
Well, Dominique can
Uh-huh.
give us a story later on. Then we need to know.
Then that's when
Have
he
you
started
really seen
roaming
Tone
around the
later?
streets. So
Because
yeah.
Dominique sure will tell the way he did that little sneak tattletale with that pink cast. He knew what he was doing.
Well, but then he came back and said in the comment section that that the pink cast was actually his pink cast.
Yeah, that he
That's what he
worked at a
said.
job or something. Those are common, but it's not
But ain't
common.
that strange? That pink cast was up in that
Yeah,
video. Ain't that
because
something?
I'm gonna go
Well,
to
he knew what he was doing
Yeah.
regardless, even if it was
absolutely.
his pink cast. That was literally the only thing. It was like a circle screen, and that was pretty much the only thing you could see on the screen was the pink cast. So he knew exactly what he was doing, and I mean, the long and short of it is that basically just kind of highlighting to us that Tone had been there. So even people are like, "Oh, Marcus, you're beating a dead horse," this, and that, and the third. I'm like, he was just doing it in December while his wife was in jail.
That
So
ain't
why
right.
why am I the bad guy for like inquiring and kind of grilling him about that a little bit? Like I don't get it. Like it's like the world is just flipped and changed. Like
And we know
it's
what the world
weird.
has come to. We already know what the world has come to. So some men are not going to be comfortable coming out with what they like to do. But I swear to God, if Bobby ever said or anything, if I see a wig in the somewhere, we not doing this. I'm getting rid of him. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I
Yep.
know, I
So
know Dominique addressed that already, MG, but I don't really remember. I think he kept saying he's not a she or something.
No, he didn't like
I
the
don't remember.
pronoun. Yeah,
Dominique
I remember
wanted to
that.
be a him, a he. He didn't play that.
Okay, so that means
Mhm.
Tone was the girl then. He
Not
was me.
necessarily. Tone could have still been the guy, but Dominique just probably is not into that,
I
you
don't
know,
even know how
that
homosexual think.
identification stuff like that.
Okay, well, shit.
Yeah, and that's
It's
rude to
not
keep
acceptable.
misgendering people.
Well, we
Dominique
don't know
was
what it
he
mm,
seemed a very, very feminine. I can't I think Tone was the dude as he described himself as the DL thug. Now he does, like when I guess when he turns into Nia, Marcus, when are we going to find Tony, his husband?
well, apparently everybody wants me to drop the story. So should I? Like I feel like if I find Tony, people, oh my God, Marcus is obsessed and blah blah blah.
mm-mm.
The truth is that I allow things to come to me. All
It
right,
goes
I don't
down in the
chase anything.
DM.
I allow
It
things to
goes
come to
down
me, and
in
if
the
they come, and that I feel like that's just God saying, "All right, well, time to get lit a little bit, or whatever." But as far as Tony goes, that I'm gonna treat that the same way. Like if it comes to me, then of course I'm gonna report on it. Of course I'm gonna make a video or videos about it. Of course, if it's actually a live person, not just a story or whatever, of course I'm gonna try to you know, kind of surprise Tone, have him come around the corner or something like that,
You're
and
gonna
see
absolutely
what his facial
find
reaction would be like.
you will absolutely find Tony though, because I know I probably could come to Atlanta and find Tony.
Well,
Well, I mean, I've had a couple people looking for him, if they haven't come across, I guess, the right one.
Mm.
So like it would have to be like Wild Child. It would pretty much have to be Wild Child. That's the only person who I would like actually know. Like, okay, he knows that this is the same that Tone was with or whatever. Versus it just being some person. You know what I'm saying? That's named Tony, which is a common enough name, especially in that age range. So I don't know. Like, Wild Child. He was saying that he was gonna be coming down here at some point, and he did hit me up about a week or two ago on Instagram. I didn't pick it up. But maybe I do need to call him back and see. He probably just wanted some money, so that's why I didn't pick it up.
Okay.
Right? But I'll hit him back up and see like when he plans on being down here. Listen, if I have a couple good months and I ain't really worried about the finances and stuff like that, and if it's worth it, hey, I'll shoot him a bus ticket so he can come on down here and identify or figure out how to find this Tony guy. And I'll set the whole thing up to where, I'm doing an interview with Tone, and Tony walks around the corner, and we just
I'm gonna say go to what is that Midtown train station?
Mhm.
You'll find him. Because
Well,
remember,
you got North Avenue. So you talking about North Avenue, or you talking about the Arts?
I'm talking Art Center.
Art Center. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Got you. So
Go there. And
Are
you'll
the other
find
people on the panel okay? Y'all okay?
Timothy,
Timothy?
you
they're
good?
probably muted.
Oh, yes, I'm listening.
Go
I
ahead.
Oh,
mean,
Maybe
I
y'all
didn't
no,
both of
say
y'all
none,
didn't
and I
fall
was
asleep or
hoping.
something.
no, I'm here. That's if Tony is still in the same town. He might be in jail or gone or
No, if he
hopefully not
ride Art
gone.
Center,
gone.
if he North Avenue, I mean, homeless people are there. They don't really have nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Like I say, if it comes to me, I will definitely do it. But I'm not gonna necessarily
Look for
say that I'm gonna
Tony.
spend my time,
Yeah.
you looking for him or digging into it or anything like that. Like at the most, I had Montez looking for him at one point, and I had Chris, the older Chris, looking for him at one point. And Chris really thought that he had found him, but again, without someone to verify that, oh, that's definitely the one, that's definitely him, then it's just some guy named Tony, basically. So, but listen, I ain't gonna stay up here all night. I don't want to take over the panel or
Thank
nothing
you for
like that.
joining us, though.
No, you ain't taking over. We was about to get out of here soon.
Can I ask
It's
one
almost 3
question?
hours anyway, so.
I was
Real
gonna
quick,
ask
real quick.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your question, but real quick before I get it out of my head. Um, some earlier y'all had talked about the program that Tone was in and why he didn't want to answer that question. And I
Mhm,
think Copper hit the nail on the head. I'm almost sure that it
mhm,
was a program for like, basically LGBTQ folks.
mhm.
And that's how he got his housing so quickly. Because most people don't get housing in Atlanta that quick.
So let
Like
me
it sounds
let
like
me
he did.
let me say a funny. So he wore a wig to get his voucher. he, wa-
No,
he
seriously.
was
No,
he
And he
was
100%.
probably
via.
lied and said, "Oh, not lied. Ooh, never mind."
No, he wore his wig into that interview to get the thing.
100% he probably
Yeah,
did. I
and
listen.
now I believe it. I know it. I
Yeah.
know it. I
And
already
and
know.
that's why he doesn't want to say the name of the program. Because
Right.
it's just gonna fall right in line with the
The gay ass
questioning,
shit.
everything coming out,
Yeah.
all this stuff's gonna fall right in line with it. Because as soon as
I
people got
should
to
have act
Googling
like
and
a
looking it up,
nigga. I should have act like a nigga when I couldn't get houses.
But
that's
you
it.
see how twisted that is? But it'll probably be harder for her with a whole baby.
No, but
Crazy,
No,
they
right?
for
got
real.
programs. They got programs for her too, though.
All right.
All you probably have to do is just lie and say you are. Every person who's in that community is not dressed
Well,
like the opposite sex.
they probably had to do more than just lie like one time though. They probably had to like
Yeah,
go
they
to
got to
meetings,
show the
go to this, do
lifestyle.
counseling.
Yeah,
Yeah, they it probably wasn't just like, oh,
yeah,
A
throw
process,
a
yeah.
wig on, go apply, and then next thing you know, you're good. It's probably a
yeah.
process and everything else. But
It
like you
absolutely
say, I
is.
mean, he was legit. Like I don't know if y'all read
Trans. Yeah.
the well, right. If you read the text messages that he was talking to the other person, or whatever, which I only posted a few of them on this video, but if you go back to the videos in December when I posted that stuff, he was talking like a whole female.
Yeah.
Child, girl, hun, all that type of
Mm,
stuff.
mm,
So
mm.
he really did believe and was behaving as a female. So
And
I'm
this is
almost positive
lifestyle,
that
though.
that's how he got his housing
Yeah.
so quick.
Well, you know
Now he
what?
want to be a nigga.
He probably
Now he
really
want to be a
struggles.
whole man.
And that could be the reason why
All right. We got to talk one at a
oh,
time, as we're not
oh, I'm
going to be able to
sorry.
I'm
hear.
a bad.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Oh
Golden.
no, I said that he probably really does struggle. And with that struggle, that's where that behavior is exhibited and used on, towards ILiana. He probably doesn't even act like that with those men.
He hates her. He's a whole bitch with the men. I bet you.
Yeah.
He
And
he he's only using his aggression because he doesn't really like her. He doesn't like that. He's
he's
not
not comfortable with his position.
right, right. He don't know who the fuck he is, really.
Now, Marcus, I need for you
Mhm.
to help your nephew, and we need to find eye patch.
No, for real.
I mean, I know too, but
Yes, he
No.
wore an eye
Ileana don't
patch.
even know
That
that
baby
nigga's
needs eye
name.
patch anyway. For real, for real. He needs an eye patch. Appeared to be a pretty good. Well, he seemed happy with his other baby.
Yep, yep, because he was already a dad.
And he
Mm-hmm.
got stuck in
Um,
Atlanta. He got stuck in Atlanta and he moved the fuck back home. And they probably got a good family. I won't say I won't say nothing against that.
well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the circumstances of his family or whatever, but I can tell you that um, he's either he's either and he's more than likely in one of three places. I doubt that he's in Atlanta, but he could be there. He could be in jail, either in Atlanta or North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could just be free at this point in North Carolina. If I recall, when I initially started to inquire about this stuff, when she came and she said it could be Josiah's, it could be iPatch, could be this. iPatch's girlfriend, I ended up because I think I had messaged his account on Instagram, and I want to say his girlfriend responded saying that it was his girlfriend and
Yep.
he's locked up or something like that. So I need to go back and find those messages, reach out to that Instagram page, and otherwise, in addition to that, just put it out there.
If you
The
want to
word,
take it
put the
that
word
deep.
out there because I am going to be taking a trip to North Carolina at some point, and he, I believe, is either in the same town or a town that's really close to one of the people I'm be visiting, which is Sean and his family. Sean has the 12-year-old son that he got custody of after a long battle. And so I'm be visiting him. I think it's called Kings Mountain or something like that. And I want to say I don't know. I got to go back and look at iPatch's interview, but I want to say that that's where he's from as well. And so I need to look into it, but I'm gonna need y'all's help. So I'm gonna need y'all's help. So any
And
help that y'all can swing my way and help me to kind of figure it out and that way because I don't mind taking the trip, especially for a story like this. I will certainly hop in my car and
look,
ride 3-4 hours up the
we
road
need to know who that baby Peppy is.
because honestly, that's where my North Star with this whole story was. Like, yeah, it's all the stuff that's happened is fun. And obviously, ILiana is a character. Hone is a character. They're characters. Like they are Ileana's almost like a cartoon character. The way
Yeah.
she talks, the way she thinks, everything is childlike, it's animated, it's all that stuff. So they make for good content anyway. But even just with the story being, we can potentially find the biological father of this child. So without any of the other salacious stuff, I would still make that trip, 3-4 hour drive
And that family
to
might be
to make
more
that happen.
helpful. That family may be more helpful than what she got going on right now. So if you have another family, like I've been keeping my grandson, and I don't know what's going on with this lady, but I know that I can keep him close to me because that's my grandson. We have the same characteristics. I can see stuff in him. I don't like what she got going in, but at the end of the day, I'm a grandma. And that's my grandson. I could look at him and I could see that that's my grandson.
Yep.
So
Coppers,
I, c-
Coppers,
I
Cop.
go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say Copper says she don't mind helping. Yeah, she's definitely good at stuff like that. Looking
Yeah.
people up, but
Well, what I can do is I will find the Instagram handle that he used to have. And so if any of y'all want to help, just email me so that we can get a chain going. And the long and short of it, if you can like look up the handle or somehow figure out how to get more information about the girlfriend or any type of stuff like that, right? So
Yeah, because the girlfriend responded and he was in jail.
hmm yep.
But
So
the girlfriend was willing to talk to Ileana. Like she wasn't like nasty or nothing. So maybe the girlfriend would be like, hey, yeah.
Well,
He
keep in
just
mind. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead. Go
Uh,
ahead.
Marcus, keep in mind. Remember, Wild Child might know something about him too. Remember, he was hanging with
he
Wild Child.
he was. That's where I met him when I met eye patch. That's when I met Wild Child. They were walking together with some young lady or whatever. So no,
But
you're
y'all
100%
gotta
right about
understand
that.
that a lot of the people that go to Atlanta or in the city of Atlanta are not from Atlanta. Like most of them go back to their own country ass towns.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep,
once they
that's a
go
big
to
fact.
Atlanta, they don't, they don't keep up with the people they met. I was the same way. I'm back in Macon right now. Like I was homeless in Atlanta, but you think come on. Once I came back home, I wasn't studying them homeless ass people. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Well, I
back
mean,
at
it's
home.
because the only reason I laugh is because
I know I'm funny.
the bonds get so deep in the streets. The bonds
Mhm.
get so deep, and they're mostly just trauma bonds, and so to hear you say it out loud, it's like I know that that's what happens to most people. They're so deep when it's when they ain't got nothing and they just got each other and all this type of stuff. But as soon as you kind of get back to a place to where you have more stability, a little more comfort, everything else, those bonds tend to fall right apart. So
I always say I'd rather be homeless in Macon than be homeless in Atlanta. When I was in my homeless journey, I'd rather be homeless in Macon. Cause them folks in Atlanta didn't give a fuck about me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Marcus, that's why I resonate with your stories because I was down there.
mhm.
I was
Yep.
there homeless in those streets. But I was like, hell, I'm gonna go back to Macon. As much as I didn't want to come back to Macon, I came back to Macon.
Yep. 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 So, but all right. Well, like I say, guys, it's past 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna hop off and
I
see
know
if I
we'll
can
blabber
get some
forever.
type of semblance of sleep. But
Yeah,
I appreciate you, Vibes, as always. Definitely appreciate you.
As
Appreciate the whole
always.
panel,
you're
the chat,
welcome.
everybody. So, all right.
I know I
If I
can't be
wasn't
all
naked,
night
I'd
anyway.
wave at you, but I'm naked.
My kids have dentist in the morning, so yeah, I gotta get off here too. They
All
gotta have
right.
that back to school smile ready, okay?
I want to
Right.
say real quick. I want to say real quick. Hey, Marcus. Man, I'm proud of you, man, and I got your back, brother. Whatever happens, I got your back, brother. I'm down with you. You a brother for life for me, with me, brother. You a brother for life. My
Bless.
brother,
I
brother.
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Appreciate everybody. All right.
Yes,
Okay,
All
sir.
right.
have a
Y'all
good
be
night,
good.
We
everybody.
love you,
Thank you all
Marcus.
for joining the panel. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you so much, Timothy, for coming up. Mel, Golden, Marcus. Who else was up here? MGO.
Yeah.
Shout out to our fabulous moderators that held the chat down. Right, been here with us the whole time. And Image, well, no, Image missed the beginning, but anyway, y'all been here the whole time with us. Shout out to everybody that passed through. I know I need to remember to keep welcome to Miss Brown. She became thank you, Miss Brown. She became a Castle resident. I will definitely have something for you on the tab by the end of today. So the end of Wednesday, okay? And thank you, Image. You said great live, Wendy. And thank you, Golden. And shout out to everybody. If you did not hit the thumbs up, be sure to hit the thumbs up on your way out, okay? And thank you all for supporting me because I actually was nervous coming live tonight.
Can you drop
I
me,
was so
please?
out of the loop of doing a reaction on the video. I'm like, I got to get back into it. Okay.
Drop me down.
All right, hon. Take care, okay?
Love you.
Much love. Good night. Oh, good night, Timothy. Thank you for coming up, okay?
Yes, and I want to thank you again for actually come on my panel and everything, and you left a message to me. I look at it and read it and everything like that. So like I said, I appreciate your just I mean just being my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like just like being a peaceful person to talk to me. Just like give me time to you give me time to express myself on your panel. I don't see a lot of that going on, and and you got good people come on your panel. You know what I'm saying? People like Marcus come on your panel, and they're very peaceful. I like peaceful people. I like peaceful people like that. So it makes me feel so good. we got people in the world, how to have a decent conversation with no arguments, everything. So I love it. I love your panel. I really do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You have a great.
I know what men like. That's why my marriage lasts that long. Okay, I know how to be peaceful, and men love that. They just eat it up. Okay.
Yes. That's what I said. See, that's what I said. I said her marriage got to be. That's what I said. Your husband is the happy, blessed husband. Oh my Lord, I know he's so happy and blessed to help you for a wife.
I be trying to tell women, like, listen, I know I'm a woman, but if you could be that man peace, you got him.
Right.
You got him.
I mean, you are a perfect example how to be a wife. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. So thank you so much, Kareem, for having me up, and you have a wonderful night. God bless
Okay, have a good night.
you.
Thank
All right.
you.
No problem. Bye bye.
All right. But yeah, guys, thank you all for a great live. I appreciate it. Shout out, yes, Warrior been here the whole time. Shout out to everybody. So have a good night, okay? Thank you all for your support. See y'all later. Yes, I definitely got to get up out of here for real, for real. The baby's got dentist in the morning, and that's a big deal. Okay, wish me luck. Fingers crossed, no cavities. Okay, that'd be the biggest thing I'd be praying about. You say I agree? Yes, girl. Listen, I be in that lobby with my fingers crossed. That dentist come out and say, "Mom, no cavities." I be like, "Woo, I'm winning as a mother." Y'all know we go through this every 6 months when my kids got a dentist appointment. All right. You say you agree. That's how you get men to respect you and spoil you. Be his peace. Thank you, Copper. Thank you. Well, all right, y'all. See y'all later. No yellow color teeth. Who you messy? Who said that? Oh, you say glad your kids are grown. Okay, y'all. See y'all later. Have a good night.
We done talking, now it's time to log. Ain't no back and forth, I don't argue in blogs. Said what I meant and I meant that clear. Soft voice, sharp truth, cut clean in here. No chaos, no shouting, no drag for free. Just calm, cold facts with a little hot tea. If you came for the mess, baby, this ain't that. This castle built peace, yeah, we handle it flat. Don't wait on a clap back, I don't do performing. I exit with a beat, drop and leave without warning. Grown women talk, this the closeout flow. Where the vibe gets soft, but the pressure still shows. Subscribe if you get it, join if you bold. The membership heat ain't never been told. We spilling that first, real light, real still, but it cut through fake like a whisper will. This ain't petty, this poise, this presence on cue. With a side of eye, peeped it, but I won't move for you. I'm signed off calm, no extra scene. Just lace on my steps and a crown that's clean. So catch me next drop, or don't at all. This castle don't chase, queen answers a call. The vibe don't yell, it just echo right. Now dim the screen down, we done, good night. Good night, good loves. Thank you so much for coming to the castle tonight. If you enjoyed the vibe, me ask you, subscribe. But if you really want to be part of the family, become a member. That's where the tea spill first. Quiet, clean, and always back. Till next time. Walk good, stay wise. And mind how you move in these YouTube streets.